my whiskey dick is useless, can barely fill my face. So now I'm back at Hula Hut, looking for a taste to shoot it fast, shoot it hard, at another whiskey bar. Throw it down, throw it back, toss it round, pass it back, lick the salt, suck the lime, kill the shot and killing time, throw it up in the sink. When I'm with my friends, I drink.
All right, so apparently I'm doing this solo. Solo, sorry. I did just reminding myself of another horrible moment in things that I loved. This show, and if you haven't seen it, I would say don't. But I'm about to spoil the shit out of it because it doesn't deserve not. I want to go over the positives first, I guess. I'll do that. I have like 3, right? Now, first positive is the concept or the idea of Loki just being stuck in a perpetual like state of always being the catalyst for other people's greatness and for other people's like growth as people, right? But never his own. I like the idea. I would love to. I don't know if we could have delved into that a little bit more than the 10 seconds before he saw a 3-minute highlight clip and had his entire arc that he's gone throughout the MCU. Just get that shit done in like 3 minutes so they can make whatever show that they want and not be hindered by the fact that this is Loki from the first Avengers movie. Because that, it really bogs it down if he's still the super like competent fucking bad guy that he was in the Avengers. So we'll get rid of that shit quick. Sorry, positives, right? There was the robot joke that I liked that he didn't know. He's like, well, what if I am a robot? Like that made me not laugh. Nothing in this made me laugh. Well, one ironically once, like, but other than that, no. And apparently my girlfriend liked the slow-mo scene in the beginning when his lips were caught at a different time than he was. So there was that. Negatives. I don't know, about 3 or 4 days ago, my girlfriend and I, we were talking about determinism versus liberal free will, right? And I was saying that there's far more evidence for determinism, meaning like everything happens because of things that affected in the past, right? The reason why you woke up this morning and wanted to have Cheerios versus something else is because you saw an ad before you went to bed. It was on your mind. You wake up, you're like, Cheerios, right? Everything happens, because something else had led up to it, right? Cause and effect. I do believe in free will to a certainly to an extent. Like even saying that you're not going to do something because like everything is led up to be determined. Well, that is also determined by you knowing it. And having the entire, all right, let me start. So the entire thing is explained through a like a 60s or 50s like old cartoon that they did. Like if you were in Jurassic Park, the first one, obviously, they had the little cartoon like, oh, how does DNA work? Okay, well, we're going to explain it in a cartoon. So it's like easily like, digestible for everybody. Everybody can take it in and know what it is. Except what they did with this cartoon is they gave you these huge, monumental, game-changing, like universe-breaking ideas, and we're like, moving on. Look at the cartoon, right? So the way I understood it, you had multiverses, right? With different timelines that were fighting over who is the dominant multiverse or timeline. And then 3 lizard guys step up and they're like, no, hold on. Why don't we just simplify it? We'll make one timeline. That will be the timeline. And then, we'll make sure that it goes accordingly to plan. 100 questions pop up immediately that they never even bother answering, right? One, how do they have this power? Is this a power? Like, what are they, and how are they able to dictate what timeline is what? How does time work for them? Does it work for them? Do they know it? So did they determine what everything is going to be in this timeline? Because the way they make it seem, right, is like they have predetermined what will happen, right? And if you vary from, like, if you go off that timeline, well, they're gonna fuck you up. So did they decide what everybody would do? From, I mean, everything from rather, where trees grow, where life is formed, who lives, who dies, and everything, right? So we know nothing about these three lizard people, so that's great. Um, and then, okay, so the way that they set it up in Endgame, right, was with like a multiverse, right? You had different characters coming into this, leaving that one, right? But the way the cartoon, I can't believe I'm having to strictly talk about this cartoon, because this is where all the, oh, Doctor Strange is he's screwed in every situation. We're in Infinity Stones, right? He's like, I've seen 1,273,267.4. I don't remember the exact number, but you get it. Like endings, right? Like where you can go. Well, no, dum dum. There's only one, because everything is already determined by the lizard, like the three lizard guys, right? All that is determined. So how did you see a million? Unless that was part of the plan, right? And it comes down to, like, just I don't want to get struck for this. It's really trust the plan. You know what I mean? And it's weird. It's like, oh, that's kind of going on, right? Like, just trusting the plan, right? This is what they said to do. This is what we're gonna do. This is what has to happen for whatever. Or then time will start splitting into multiverses, and then those things will start fighting again in a multiverse Royal Rumble to see who decide. And Endgame, right? They went into different multiverses, right? And into different times in it too. So it wasn't time travel though. It was like time travel, but because they needed to be at a certain place in a multiverse, right? If there's a multiverse, so now we know that all the multiverses, right, are all dictated by the same three lizard people, the unelected and whatever. Anyway, they're all on the same timeline, right? So even though, like, if here in this universe, meaning ours right now, right? Like, Wookie was here in the chat, right? But in another multiverse, Wookie may not be in the chat. So does would that be a variation in the timeline, right? Does each multiverse timeline have to match up with the other one? Can Wookie be here in this chat in this universe, but in the other universe not? Because that, although they're on the same timeline, there's a different path for Wookie in each one of these. Or do they have to be the same? Because if they have to be the same, you fucked it all up having Gamora come into a entirely different universe. So all of that has to be on the same plan, right? I don't think it's such a big problem, right? So think about it like this, right? Loki basically gets arrested because Captain, Steve and fucking Ant-Man and Robert Downey Jr., like all of them fucked it up, and just, shit happened, and then it slid by his feet and he picked it up. Why? Because Loki's gonna pick that shit up, but yet he is held responsible for fucking up the plan. Not the guys that time traveled first. And he asked, like, well, what about the Avengers? They're the one. No. That was supposed to happen. Trusting the plan. Remember, right? So now he's held responsible for doing what is in his very nature to do, but it wasn't determined. Okay. So he has to go to don't distract me. So if he well, that's a good point. So he has to go to the DMV of time, right? First of all, the time cops, when they show up and they take Loki really easily, They would have to do the same thing for anybody else that deviates from, right? Because in the video, like, oh, well, if I don't think they gave him a name, but we'll call him Bill. Bill is late to work. Well, that's a a variant, like they deviated from the approved lizard plan. So you got to go be put on trial, which is arbitrary because like you're already guilty, right? So you go there, they're like, "Are you guilty? Why are you asking me? You already think I'm guilty. You already know I'm guilty. What are you gonna do?" And then they melt him. They like destroy the guy, right? Even if like you're an asshole because you're an asshole, and you're like, "I'm not taking a ticket. There's two of us in here." Well, you don't have a ticket. You're melted. If the reason they're there is because they fucked with the lizard plan on the pre-approved timeline, melting them isn't going to fix it. It's going to stay broken because they no longer exist to play their part, whatever part that may be in the timeline. So if you're subtracting them from it because they subtracted themselves from it, that's not fixing anything. You're just making sure that he can't go back and do anything with it, right? You can't just send them back, right? They have the reset bombs, right? That resets everything. So they're in the church, and you got Owen Wilson. He sees the dead body. He's like, "Wow, what's happening?" Right? So he's there, and there's all these dead bodies from the Minutemen, which I'm pretty sure is what they were called, right? And they're like, "Oh man, what? How did we not see this coming?" Yeah, how did you not see this coming? You literally showed Loki his entire life, both past and future. How were you not able to see this happen? Okay, you see it happen. Why can't you rewind? So if you do the reset bomb, right? Because like, oh, the little French girl, man, her teeth were so fucked up. But I think the makeup has been blue. They looked horrible, right? But you got to get the blue off her teeth, and you don't have the toothbrush, so you got to do the reset bomb, right? Well, does that bring back the time cops? Does that bring back the Minutemen? Did they come back to life? What is it resetting? They should be unstoppable because they know what is going to happen because there's a predetermined timeline, right? So if there's a deviation, they know where the deviation is going to happen, right? They're like, okay, well, it's going to be right here, right? We got to go, because girl Loki is going to, kill people in this church. Like, oh shit, I can't believe this happened. Luckily, we can rewind time and do a better job next time. We can reset it and fix the timeline. So reset it like 30 minutes earlier, and then when girl Loki gets there, like, haha, I'm girl Loki, like, haha. Unfortunately, though, the enforcers of this, all they have is a baton that reminded me so much of Demolition Man, and they're about as you. Let's say that, oh, we'll throw somebody out there, Thanos, right? Thanos has the gauntlet, has all the stones, okay, before he snaps and like burns his hand, right? He still has full control of it, right? But he fucks up and he does something weird that fucks with the timeline, right? So the lizard people are going to be pissed. So they're going to send in their Minutemen. Well, they're susceptible for fire. We know that because girl Loki set them up to come in and like, oh, what's going on here? I guess somebody got a time machine, which I guess is just a thing that can happen. So you can, anyway. So we know they're basically humans. I don't know why they're humans. I mean, if the three lizard men, made all of this, right, and determined what was going to happen, why did they pick humans? Why did they pick humans with American accents? Why is there any diversity whatsoever? Why did they want that? Why did they choose all of those things, right? They have robots, right? You had that one robot in the elevator. Why like did they create them? Are they creators? Because they created the timeline. Did they create like the people that work there? Because Owen Wilson's like, oh, the time doesn't work the same here. Well, how does it work? No, we're just gonna keep moving past that. Yeah, we're outside of time and space. Okay. So, anyways, so the Minutemen show up and they're like, Thanos, you ducked when you weren't supposed to, and now we gotta melt you for that, which is gonna fix it. He has the fucking gauntlet, just like they're done because they had no powers. They couldn't stop a brush fire from consuming them all. How are they going to stop what's the thing from the Doctor Strange, the first movie? The not Galactus, the other world destroying Mamu? Yeah, that's it. Nananu. Mamu, right? What are they going to do to him? They're going to show up like, hey, guy, like you have to negotiate with them. Nope, not going to do it. I'm Mamamoo. I'm going to destroy the shit. Well, you got to get melted. Come try it. And then they get him. It's stupid. So that's a big problem, right? So here's where we're fucked, right? So first of all, we have Dormammu. Thank you very much. Felt like I was pretty close though. Like I think is like tomato. Dormammu, Dumananu. Either one. No, he was awesome in Armageddon. I don't know. I don't know what about him. Like he seems the only reasonable person. Everyone else is like, no, you broke lizard law, and so now you have to be melted so we can fix it by subtracting you, right? And he's like, wow, wait, like what if I, I don't know why I'm doing that. Like, what if I take him with me, like, and help, him catch his other verse girl self because he's gender fluid, because that's how that works. It's radically changed your biology, sure. Anyway, but he's the god of mischief, right? Again, I really liked the idea of him only existing to better other people, but like, at his own demise, and he never comes up top, even though that's all he ever wants, right? But don't worry about that, because like they fixed all that with the 3-minute catch up video, so he knows he's supposed to be a good guy now. Sure. Even without his magic, because that doesn't work here. What the necklace thing, right? Like some of this may be nitpicking, but this bothered me, right? So the shock collar, right, and the controller. He puts the controller in his pocket. Hey, guy, you're in pretty good shape there, Loki. We saw you, like, you've been working out, dude. Clearly, attack him. You know what I mean? Get to him before he does the thing. If it resets them, but it doesn't how does that work? So whenever they're reset with that little collar thing, right? Like him, and then the super high speed lady enforcer minute person, which, by the way, that's odd that they call them Minutemen, even though like it's there was the majority of them were women. But by the way, I love that she had the baton out, right, and fucked up the box. And we're getting to this picture because this anyway. So and like, oh, you melted my box or whatever, right? Why did she put it away when she finally found Loki? She finds him and is like, well, no need for this, only tool that I have, and I have no powers whatsoever. And as you can tell, we don't have a stringent like PT requirement here at Time Cop Bill. I forgot what it was called, DVA, whatever. TVA, right? Anyway, yeah, TVA is not big on the exercise. Anyway, morning, Zach. I promise I'm not trying to. Is this a stream from the future? Because I'm awake, dude. No. All right, let me get some of. I think he may. Well, no. Well, then is he playing dumb? He's playing like, I don't know what's happening, even though I made all this time. Yeah. I think they're all lizard people too. Justin. So I messaged Justin to see if he wanted to come on here, right? And I said, he's like, oh, I got to watch it first. And I told him, okay, but my advice as a survivor would be to go in, abandon all hope, whatever little hope you had that it wouldn't turn out to be an abortion of a fucking show. Then, you just make sure that you have no idea. Anyway, let's see. Kip, the all-knowing timekeepers seem like the Time Lords in Doctor Who created and upheld the laws of time, but spend most of the time messing about with timelines and bending their own rules. Yeah, it's what if you're gonna add. All right, let me get to this picture, right? There we go. All right, check it out. it's all for a gag. By the way, the guy that he's working to, who's never heard of a fish, even though like they know everything, every planet, everywhere. Like I guess he's just the receptionist. I get that, right? How long has he been there? Do they grow up? Do they age? How do they age? Were they babies? Again, like all anyway. So he has a drawer, gets full of these infinity stones, right? Which basically is like they're meaningless. They're nothing compared to the almighty power of the lizards, of the lizarding people, right? What the fuck have we been doing for the past 15 years with this whole infinity thing? You know, everything has been predetermined, and the consequences are if you mess with it, you're going to be melted. Why? Because you messed up the timeline. Now we have to melt you, right? What if in Endgame, right? While Ant-Man is stuck in the quantum realm. By the way, what if he messes up in the quantum realm? Like, what if he does something he's not supposed to do there that deviates from the plan? Do they go in there? Because again, they're subjected to fire. I feel like did they shrink? Did they have to shrink to go into the quantum realm to arrest Ant-Man? Anyway, if the mouse or the rat or whatever that accidentally just turns it on for whatever reason in the van, if the mouse got distracted by something or didn't hit the button, you know what I mean, like hard enough for it to turn on, do they arrest the mouse for messing up the timeline? Does he get melted? Is he put on trial? Do they talk to him? Would the animal become like, you know, able to speak, right? To defend himself in this court that is not interested in hearing what you have to say for a defense? No? Is that, I mean, to what limits are we working with here? But let me look back at my notes, man, because there's just so much that is broken now, right? Yeah. Okay, so the bomb that goes off and resets, but does it fix the dead people? Everyone gets melted. By the way, there are a lot of great jokes going around. Like, you know, if Hulk didn't dab, he would have got melted. If Uncle Ben survived, he would have got melted. Like, is great because like everything. Yeah, if the mouse got ate by, thank you, Poe. I'm glad you brought this up. Right? Yeah, you have no idea. So, all right, Civil War, right? Captain America is on top of Iron Man with his shield, and you're like, we knew he wasn't going to behead, you know, Robert Downey Jr., Tony Stark, right? But he does the thing. Well, what if Steve just like loses his shit in that moment? Is like, fuck it, and decapitates fucking Tony Stark, right? Whose fault? I'm like, what? That's Steve's fault, right? Because he beheaded him, but Loki didn't put the Tesseract next to his feet. That was the Avengers, and they need to hold them guilty because they didn't do anything. Loki picked it up, which is in his nature. But Loki would. So hold on. So if the mouse got ate by a snake, who would be held responsible? The snake for eating the mouse, or the mouse for being eaten by the snake? I don't know, because you had the Avengers time traveling through like all these different multiverses, fucking shit up in every way possible, and shit's still not clear on how all that worked out. But that was fine because that was predetermined by the lizard people. Why? Because they were the good guys and Loki was the bad guy. But that doesn't make sense either because they know Loki eventually will be a good guy, right, on the timeline. How I don't want to get into like what could possibly happen in the upcoming episodes because that seems even more confusing than what we already have. So instead, let's see, because I was just looking here at what other people were thinking, and how do I do it? Nope, I don't want to do that shit. Anyway, all right, let's see. Excellent. Let me just refresh it. Here we go. All right. I just wanted to check out and see what maybe it's just me, right? Nope, not interested. Okay, that looks weird. Oh, by the way, I actually did like him being DB Parker. I'm not sure how many people knew about that story about DB Parker, like had this awesome like he escaped with all this money or whatever. Of course, like with everything, it was a bet that he lost with Thor, which is why he did it. Like I'm torn between liking the idea of Thor and Loki, like just going through all the 9 realms, making bets, and like oh, I dare you, you got to do this now, right? And like this crazy shit that again, it affects everything, right? Him coming in and being DB Cooper, that changed whatever's going to happen before he got there. But it's okay because that was already determined to happen by the lizard people. Okay, but I do like the idea of them kind of like being like friends, like being brothers and like fucking with each other, but doing it across 9 realms, fucking up other people's shit. Nothing too bad, right? The bomb didn't go off; they're fine. No, the problem with them though is that they're so determined to do the story. And you saw this in WandaVision, you saw this in the Winter Soldier, right? They're so determined on the story that they want to tell or the agenda that they want to push that fucking can't, whatever happened before, either we're gonna ignore it, like with the Falcon not being able to afford a bank loan, even though he's been like he had to get some money from somewhere. Even if he wasn't being paid by Shield or by Tony Stark, he could have been a like there are bench players on like second rate NBA teams. They can get local, advert like sponsors, right? Hi, I'm number 12 on the roster for your local team, and I only sleep on mattress from Johnny. Johnny's mattresses. Come check them out. Boom. You're gonna get some money for that. You're telling me that Falcon, one of the most like recognizable people, except now, and like nobody can recognize him, couldn't find like couldn't get one sponsor deal. Where was the man? Damn it! It's such a good joke, but I don't know the mobile game that everybody fucking promotes on here. I forgot what it's called, Kingdom, some shit like that, right? Like they didn't try to contact him. They contact everyone, not me, of course, but they contact everyone. What VPN wasn't trying to get on the Falcon train? Like, hey, Falcon, man, next time you're around, like just like whenever I surf the internet in the multiverse or save the galaxy, I do it using VPN so the government can't track me. I think that's what it does. Anyway, like, but no, just ignore all that because it goes against what we're trying to do in our show, right? So you see the same thing here, right? Ignore everything that happened. That's all like determined. Like it doesn't matter how bad we break it because we want to tell this story. It doesn't. It's frustrating because I don't know how you undo this. Even if, let's say at the end, Loki wakes up and it was all a dream, right? Or Doctor Strange or Wanda, whoever, because I don't think Doctor Strange is going to make it out of his own movie, to be honest. Doctor Strange or like, let's say WandaVision, right? Like captures him or whatever and like freezes him, right? And then he just wakes up and he's been in this nightmare like state, like what he did to Odin. Not in the movie. Either in the actual lore, or maybe it's Marvel. I don't know. Barbara's not here to tell me. But like he put him on some kind of tree. I forgot what the tree was, but he was like imprisoned for so many years before he woke up. Some shit like that, right? Like, what if Wanda did something like that to him and he wakes up? And he's like, "Oh man, it was all just a dream." And like, you had the dude from Step by Step in the shower, and he gets out. He's like, "What? Dallas? Whatever that show was, Dynasty." Anyways, doesn't matter. Or let's say that this will not even fix it, right? Now, hear me out, right? Even if at the very end they zoom out, like there's Asgard Castle and everybody's happy, everybody, they won. It's kind of snowing, I don't know if it snows there, but it is in this for this like not analogy, but anyway. So, and the camera zooms out, zooms out, zooms out, and then you see that as a snow globe, and you see this little kid with who's otherly mentaled. I don't know if that's the correct term. Yeah, Down syndrome. I forgot what. Anyway, and he's shaking the snow globe, because none of it was real. It was all inside of the snow globe, and it was all inside of this kid's head. What was that? What was that show called? Denzel Washington was in it. Not Crimson Fire. St. Elmo's Fire. Yeah. Like, what did they St. Elmo with this shit, right? And it's just in a snow globe. Just it whatever they do, it is not going to, like, even if this show, and I don't think they're going to do this, like, okay, you know what, the three lizard guys, they're the actual bad guys. They're the puppet master pulling the strings, like how Thanos was, until, you know, he became the actual threat, like, and came down, fine, I'll do this myself, right? And became the threat. But before that, he was, you know, moving the pieces around the chessboard. So what if, like, even if, like, oh man, the lizard guys, they're the real chess masters. I'm not sure if we can actually compete with them on a power level. My God, they determined everything that is possibly going to happen in, like, you know, an infinite amount of different universes with all different types. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know how they're going to stack up against them. I don't know if they're Eternals. Like, maybe they come into by the way, it just makes them look just like what the Infinity Stones are now, right? They're nothing. They're in a drawer. The Eternals, who are supposed to be the most powerful beings in this universe, they're nothing compared to the three lizard guys, right? But let's say that this show, and I don't even think they've realized that this place is it's more of a space empire, like the Nazis, than Star Wars empire, right? Because there's no checks and balances. It's all determined by these three lizard people who have this entire, like, organization to inflict their will, you know, onto anyone who dares to try to use their free will and make their own choice. No, you're going to get melted, right? And it's not just like it was just some dude going to work. He was late. Why? His alarm didn't work, so he's late. So now he's melted. Why didn't you melt the alarm? Oh, because it's not sentient. So I'm responsible because the alarm. I didn't have a backup alarm. My bad. Was I supposed to have a backup alarm? What the fuck is happening in this shit? Anyway, think about it. I think I forgot who said this. I was listening to a couple guys earlier, but they used, like, what if I don't know if I want to fuck it. What if, like, a Jewish person during the Holocaust escapes, right? Gets away, and he's like, yes, I'm free. What if, are the time cops going to show up because that deviated from he was supposed to die there? So they arrest him to take him to these other fastest people and be like, you broke the timeline, dude. You were supposed to be horribly, horribly tortured until you died, but you messed it up. So now you're going to get melted. So actually, that kind of seems like a net positive for him, right? Like, well, at least I'm not going to be tortured for a couple of years before I, you know, die of absolute, like, lack of hope in gas chamber. Like, you know what I mean? Like, at least the melting looks quick. Also, did the LP that did the robot scan, and he was like, oh, this is like I forgot what he called it, but I think it was like his essence, like his soul or whatever, right? Like, did he take it out of him, or did he make a copy of it? Why does he need a copy of it? Or is it his actual like his being, right? Is he still able to function because this place doesn't work the same? Well, we see them in other places too. So I don't know if they just loan it back to him when they go somewhere, right? Kind of like I had a buddy when I was at the Burke Army Medical Center. I had a guy that was there with, he was a double amputee, but they only would give him one prosthetic leg. Now, when he went to physical therapy, they let him have both, so, you know, he could walk and stuff. Like, one was below the knee, one was above the knee, right? But they wouldn't let him take both home because they didn't trust him not to do something dumb with them and fall and hurt himself, right? We ended up like I had physical therapy about the same time as he did. So right before the end of his, like, about the middle of his session or whatever, he was like, "Oh man, I really got to go use the bathroom." I'm like, "Oh hey, yeah, I can wheel you there." And they're like, "Okay, but come back." And we had to steal his prosthetic. We had to steal his own leg from these people because they didn't trust him. Not sure where I was going with that, but still a good story. But no, like Saint Elsewhere is that really it? I thought it was Saint Elmo's Fire. I don't know if that's a place. Maybe that's a song from One of those John Hugh movies. All right. Was I hope Marvel correct this or have a very good explanation. There's no correcting it. Oh, this was the point, right? So the three lizard guys are the bad guys, right? At the end, and they stop them. And now from this point forward, everyone has free will. Well, everything up to this point was still determined, though. So, like, that doesn't undo it. It doesn't undo the Infinity Stones being just infinite. Like nothing compared to the power of these lizard people in this corporation, except for the Minutemen. They're weak as shit. But like, it doesn't undo that. No, it can't. Right? You for a cheap gag of having them. By the way, the guy that did the Jorah thing with the gag, like I love him on Tacoma FD. Right? It's a show about firefighters. It's the guys from Super Troopers. Check it out if it's on HBO Max for sure. It's really funny shows. The guys that did Super Troopers and stuff. It's really good. But all right. So Poe, you have an invite. If you want to come up here and explain to me how you like this movie, I want you to convince me otherwise, because it is so reminiscent for me of when in The Last Jedi, right? Because I went in, I'm like, dude, he did Looper. I don't want to get into the time travel in that movie because this fucked up beyond belief, right? And he also did Brick, which I like. I love. I'm a sucker for a noir movie, anyways, right? I'm like, I think he's gonna do it. So I went in very, very hopeful, right? It was a new hope that I had, and I go in, and as soon as they start like yelling at Poe for saving the fleet because of the fleet killer was following them. It's in the title of the ship, the fleet killer. It would have killed all of them, right? Immediately took me out. It broke all of my, the whole like suspending of like disbelief. Like I'm like, oh, this is all fucked up. Wait, why is she wearing a tiara? Where is she coming from? Is she coming from a ball? Like, why can't she? What she hasn't changed? Are there no extra uniforms? Like this is the military, and it gets snowballed from there. So once you break that, it's very hard to get anybody back into it. So as soon as you tell us that there is no free will, and these guys determine everything, well, that's gonna make people like look back. Well, most people look back on like, wait, so none of this means shit. Wait, what are the consequences of this? Right? Of this time cop, force that you have here that's enforcing just willy-nilly for the most part, like who actually broke the timeline and who should be punished and who shouldn't. No worries, man. You know what I mean? Like that is going to completely take you out, and it did. It felt all right. Let's go to Twitter. Let's see. The Avengers tampered the timeline. Bring back Natasha. TVA. No, she's coming back. She's in a preview. Like you can see them talking outside of Red Skull's creepy hot tub, not hot tub, like hot spring area. Let's see here. I'm just glad Wanda is such an important. No. He's nothing compared to the people. To the lizard people. I thought so. You're telling me right now that many have D-worded just trying to get these. Have D-worded? Is this wait? Oh man, hold on. So you're telling me right now that many have D-worded? I'm guessing dead. Have died. Sorry, dead. Have died just trying to get these paperweights. What the skull? I'm so tempted to click on this person who uses a D worded instead of doing legit looked Loki in the eye and told him he killed his own mom. Okay, yeah, we got to get him through this arc, man. We got to have the good Loki, not the bad Loki from the first Avengers. Right. Yeah, he did what he could with what he had. Loki could be DB. No, Loki is DB Cooper. He even is referred to as Cooper in that scene. Whatever. How much going? Yeah. I can. Tony reactions when they find it. So yeah, people are really harping on this whole they don't mean shit, but I think they're missing like what the heck? What the fuck is? Oh, that. Mm-mm. Let's see. Come on. There was other good stuff here. The fact that he knows he's broken, he seeks for power because that's the only way. He thinks he'll gain control, and now the TVA is telling him he. First of all right, I'm gonna have to break this down. This is pissing me off. All right, he seeks for power because that's the only way he thinks he'll gain control, and now the TVA is telling him he never had it. Dude, if you're saying he seeks power to gain control, but he's being told he never had it. Well, yeah, no, he never had it because he didn't get the power to have the control. Like your own sentence is as confusing as this fucking show. He so easily came to the point in therapy because basically that's what we watched was like I'd say like 35 minutes of just a therapy session that you would see like you could actually have, right? Like, fine, I was projecting, okay. All right. I was taking, I wanted you to feel on the outside what I feel on the inside. That's why I killed all those. And all this is done in such a quick time. My God. Like the, when you're growing up, people more experienced, older than you, wiser and mature, right? They'll tell you like, hey, listen, man, like this is the best time of your life. Like you really need to appreciate where you are right now. And you need to enjoy every minute of it. Just really soak it in. You're like, yeah, I got it. Yeah, of course I am, right? But then when you get to that other person's like around that age, you're like, shit, dude, like I really didn't listen to him as much as I should have, right? So I'm gonna tell the next person after me, like, no, really, guy, like you really gotta like really be there in the moment. Like this is so important, right? And they're gonna say the same thing. Yeah, I got you, right? Because some things are learned retroactively. Well, everything is learned. I mean, for the most part, right? Retroactively, right? Like the whole thing about love, right? Like is I never knew that I needed you until I met you, and now that I have, I know that I always needed you, right? It the Loki from Avengers 1, and it's the same problem that you're gonna have with Gamora, new Gamora, right? Is that the reason why they got to like they had that character arc, like they the reason Loki went from who he was in Avengers, right, to who he was at the end of his life was because of all those experiences, like everything that he went through put him there. Just because they show you a 3-minute highlight film of like what you're, of that arc that you're actually taking, that's not going to make you reach that point because you didn't have those experiences. You're just watching. It's not even you, it's another person basically, right? Like they're exactly the same in every way except for memories and except for experiences. Oh, shut up. No, don't tell me you hate love. Everybody loves love, right? You're fine. You'll be fine. Anyway, it was there was a point to saying it, right? But like without those experiences, whatever you know, gains that you get or like whatever changes this is hollow. It's a shell, like it's not real because you didn't go through those experiences. Wookie, like let's say like you're able to time travel. Let's say 5 years right from now, and you talk to your 5-year older self, right? And let's say like something went great in your life and all these magical things had like not magical, but all these amazing things happened. And, like you could never believe you're in this place, right? Well, you're still kind of like you're not going to automatically get those feelings of like, wow, I did all of this. Wow, I'm so no, yeah, no, because you didn't do that. Not yet. Like that's not you. So just because you know that that's where you're going to end up doesn't mean that doesn't mean you made that you didn't put in the work, right? And that's the problem. Like a lot with the writing in Hollywood in general is that they don't their characters never have to put in the work for the change. You know, just because you need Loki to be this Loki, that doesn't mean you can just like, now he's that Loki. No, dude. Like you need to show me the math. Show me the math. Show me how you got to this answer. Show me how you got here. Because this ain't it. It's not. This is no. This is not how humans work. By the way, in game, right? With the blue one, what's Gamora's sister, Nebula? We'll go with that. Nebula. That actually sounds right, right? Nebula meets her future self, right? And also future other multiverse self, right? And the future self, Nebula, is like, no, like, check me out. Like, you can be good like me. Like, I'm awesome now. Like, it's so cool being a good guy and you're a guardian of the galaxy. What is and that other timeline multiverse, Nebula's like, fuck that shit. Like, I'm still doing I'm still gonna do my bad thing. I'm gonna go put some people to sleep, right? Because that one did not experience the journey to get that Nebula took to get to that place to where she had that change, which a lot of problems in Endgame, but that actually was like, okay, awesome, right? So as a whole, the MCU and the people that like overall, like they know that it doesn't work, but yet again, they throw it away. Why? Well, because they need Loki to get to this place. And they needed to happen in the first episode because they need to get, the the girl version of Loki in the spotlight, right? They need to get to they need to get to that place, right? So they got to get here. They got to do it. They got to move it on because for this story to work, they need Loki to be somewhat of a good person, in whatever sense of the word, like whatever sense, like he can be one. And so, yeah, they showed a highlight. I don't know, man. Good Lord. It's all about the horns. I don't know how long he even had those horns on. See, man, a lot of what? Man, I had something. Oh, in the morning, I thought that nothing ruined my day as the first part of was. I don't think they mean it in the same way. Like everyone, like yeah. By the way, the writer he worked on Rick and Morty, and he's also writing the Multiverse of Madness. So this is certainly going to tie into that movie. And if this first episode is anything to, there's nothing here to look forward to. Mephisto, I don't care. Like that was the least. Like that did not register for me watching this whatsoever. Like not at all. Like it was so far. There was so much other bullshit. The occasional flirty. Can you? Yeah. Okay. It's big. Hold on. I want to listen to this. Hopefully, we won't get in trouble.
The wrong path. Always taken.
Good. Yeah. You said nearly every living thing, so I'm guessing you don't fall into that category.
What is it? Flirty talk. Oh God, they're already shipping them. Ugh. Woohoo! It's Loki. Yeah. Do a lot of people not know if they're robot? See, again, like that was like the best. That was the best joke. It made me smirk. Which is, I don't understand all these people. Like, what were they watching? This could not. Like, they get so distracted by any type of emotional like manipulation, right? Like they just fall in this trap of like, oh Oh, the feels. Oh, he felt so much. So much. He killed his mom. He set up to kill his mom. Oh, what about the other, I don't know, 55 minutes of the show? He had the feels. He had the feels, and they were flirty talking. What do you, what, how? All right, all right. I did not enjoy the second season of The Mandalorian, right? I didn't. It was just one. It was so much like wrong with it, right? But when Justin, if you come up here, man, we can talk about it. But when Luke shows up at the end, it saved both seasons for me because it's fucking Luke, and it's not Ryan Johnson, Jake Skywalker. It's Luke, and he's badass. The face didn't even bother me. I was just in there, right? Just like these people, like, oh, the feels. I forget all the, but I don't forget. I'm not forgetting how shit almost the entire second season was, and how little sense, like it didn't, what little sense it made throughout, right? I'm not forgetting it, and I can still talk about it, and I will. But it seems as though as soon as you're able to distract them with any sense of like emotion or what have you, they're like, oh, that's what we should be focused on. It doesn't matter if it didn't make any sense. I don't care. These lizards people, oh, he had the fears, he had the feels, and I think they were flirty talky. Loki watching this future had me, I cannot deal. See, look, by the way, all right, so with this part here, right? So you see his hands, you see these big old cuffs that he's wearing, right? When I don't know how the Tesseract operates. Like, I don't know if there's like a button code that he knows. Because like I'm pretty sure everybody else that touched it, like they, weird shit would happen to him. Like I think Red Skull like touched it and it was like and like went to the hot springs, whatever that place was, right? But like it's not Loki's a god, so okay, no problem. He can handle it, right? Oh, never mind. Wait, no, because they pick it up. All right. So, anyways, so he picks it up, right? With oh, how dare you? Yeah, the Avengers are fucking up all over the timeline, but you weren't supposed to pick it up. Anyway, so he picks it up, he activates it or whatever, and I guess he doesn't get to choose where he's going. Luckily, he landed on sand, which, if you don't know, it's coarse and it gets everywhere. But he gets shot out of a portal, right? When he lands, these handcuffs, these metal unbreak, like, because he can't get out of them. He's a fucking god. But he lands into the sand and they're gone. It's not just like the cuff part and the chains broke, they're not laying anywhere near him that we could see. They're just gone. Why? Well, because it wouldn't work for what they needed him to do after that. So we got to get rid of it. And that's just seems to be a theme. Like if it doesn't work for what you want it to do, just get rid of it or ignore it. So that's how Marvel's working now. Wednesday, I don't know. I'm not wearing green on Wednesdays. I'll never recover from this scene. This is the only one they watched. Wait, I thought I saw Gung. Nope. Finally watching it. Sorry, dude. What, Justin, are you coming? Did Justin say he was coming? Come on, dude. I don't know. I don't know what else I can say about this from my perspective. I've seen. Are any opportunity for a prequel reference? Oh, above the sand. It was there, sand to the face. It is a fantastic move. Invented by Confucius. I know it was Confucius, but like I don't know why they pluralized it because there was only one of them. But that's a whole different thing. Miss Minutes spotted. Oh yeah. This thing, right? That fucking cartoon, man. My heart broken. Look, everything. Are y'all gonna do some Magneto? Whatever. Happy Loki. Aha, here's somebody. A decade of hyping these up just to be called. Oh, wait, hold on. How do you see it and you want to call it out, but you call out like, oh my God, it's so funny. Like they were just in the drawer. They meant nothing. Like 15 years, whatever. It's gone. What is this shit? It shows just how each character. What does like things? There's no context in any of this shit. Whatever. I guess just because I can't read that link. Maybe it all made sense if I could read that. What else? Random. By the way, just trust in the plan. Wait. Hold on. What the fuck did that just say? My brain before going through airport security. What if I accidentally have a gun? It's more likely that you have a balloon full of cocaine stuck up your ass than you have a gun that you don't know about. My God. All right. I'm willing to believe Confucius invented. Yeah. Well, when he was governor of defense, not governor of defense, like he was in charge of the defense of I forgot what it was. Hey.
That was weird.
What was?
The show. That was weird. I didn't like it. And even Loki was pointing out how stupid it was.
Yeah. Wait. Yeah. Loki. Yeah. He's like, wait, what are you telling me right now? Like, how are the Avengers okay by doing all this shit, but I'm the guilty one?
Yeah, I think that's the message they're trying to get across. It's not supposed to make sense. It's supposed to make sense later, or we're just going through whatever. I mean, I don't know. It wasn't. There wasn't anything that happened. You know.
I don't know if you heard me earlier, but I said it was like watching a 45-minute therapy session for him to work out his problems.
I don't want to watch that.
No, but you had to, though, because they have to get him to complete an entire arc that took, years and multiple movies. They got to get it done quick so they can go with the story they want to go with. Because all that,
Kevin Feige is one of the space lizards.
And you think Owen Wilson is one of the others?
I don't know. I don't really care about Owen Wilson. He's just kind of there.
I like him. I think he's the only tolerable part of this whole thing, actually.
Well, yeah. I mean, he makes a lot of movies, I guess, tolerable. Because I don't hate Owen Wilson. I think he's fine. But that's the thing, though. He's fine.
Yeah.
That's it.
If everybody else wasn't so shit, he would be less impressive. Yeah.
I guess.
The reason why he works is because so little else does.
Yeah, and I kind of like it when Loki is put his little neckband around the other person, just send them off. It's just like, go away. I chuckled at that because that was so rude of them to get him in the middle of the desert and just take him away for no reason. It's like it was through no fault of his own. What is he supposed to do?
I don't know why he let them take him so easily. Why did he walk over there himself? He makes doubles of himself all the time. He's full floor 100 times by that move. Why did he just walk up to these people that came out of a fucking portal that he does not know? And
I don't know either. It was a very dumb decision on his part.
Why do they have batons?
To hit you with?
I have a gun.
So this is a magic space-time gun baton or whatever. I don't know.
They're susceptible to fire. You tell me they're not going to be susceptible to a 40 cal round?
I don't care. This is the MCU. Fuck it.
So fuck. Is that where we're at? Justin is like,
Yeah, this is where I'm at.
fuck it. Like it doesn't. Wait, yeah, but that doesn't mean we can't like say, you know what I mean? Like point it out that like if Loki only had a concealed handgun license, like
I don't think you're understanding what I'm saying. I'm lowering my expectations significantly.
Don't. Why?
I don't know. I don't know why. I feel like I have to. I don't want to be angry about all this, but here I am, just like, I guess I'm just exhausted.
Yeah. It because like
it's all exhausting. I mean, I just don't know.
I'm gonna talk about this real quick.
What's that?
Crap. All right. Y'all are mad about the Infinity Stones and how they don't hold power in the TVA because the TVA was created at the end of the world where magic is weak and useless and the world don't revolve around the Avengers. Phew. This is going to be a fun 6 weeks. First of all, I'm not mad that they don't hold any power in any universe. I am in that specific place. I'm mad that they are irrelevant in comparison to the lizard people, the 3 lizard guys, right? 2, you keep saying world like you don't like is beyond space and time. It's not even like at the end of the universe. Like it has to be beyond space and time, but yet time works there or something, and they can rewind it, but you don't but like again, like when you had the caller on, they rewind you, but you remember where you were.
It always goes forward, I guess. So
no, it
I
always
don't
goes backwards.
No, you physically move forward, but you remember. I don't know.
No, like when they have the collar on and they take out the door, like the garage door open, and they send them back in time. Well, how can they remember that you did that? Or does it not rewind your memory? So you still have that experience?
Yeah, I guess your conscious just moves forward, but your physical body moves backwards. It just places you in a different spot. It just teleports you.
Right.
It doesn't do It doesn't do anything with time.
Oh, okay.
It just teleports you somewhere else.
But they said that it takes you back in time anyway, but not the chair because like whatever. So
because it's a chair, I guess. A chair does not have a conscious. I don't know.
Well, no, because like this is fucked up, right? So he throws the chair like, look at me emote, right? And then he reverses him. He's like, yeah, sorry, dude. Like I reverse you, but like whatever you did is still has still taken effect.
Then so what's the point?
Well, how are you resetting shit? Is if someone deviates from the timeline and they fuck shit up, it's fucked up. You can't reset it. So how are you fixing these timelines? Is it just limiting the amount of shit they fuck up?
Is this place, what is it, the TV?
The TVA.
It's like the dumbest thing ever.
They want it to be kind of quirky and kind of cute. Like, oh, it's like the DMV, but for time bandits.
Through no fault of their own. Like seriously, like they would be so like what? Because the right people travel back in time, they're allowed to use it. I don't get it. I don't understand the rules. Would they just snatch up Marty McFly and just be like, nope, you can't do this? Like what the hell? I don't understand.
Yeah, like I was talking about it earlier. Like if Uncle Ben survived, he would get melted. He fucked up the timeline, right?
What if that happened? Uncle Ben just got melted in front of Peter. Yeah. That would actually be funny.
If the rat didn't cross over the button to let Ant-Man out of the quantum realm, I guess the rat would have been melted because he fucked up the timeline too.
They melt everybody.
Like I brought it up earlier. Like, what if a snake ate the rat? Well, then who's responsible? The snake, right? But the Avengers weren't responsible for them putting that fucking Tesseract next to his feet and fucking up the timeline. No, Loki was. So would the rats still be responsible? Like, you shouldn't have got your ass eaten, rats. Now you get melted. It's a fucked up deal. Who's coming up with these rules? By the way, real quick, the two scenes that get me Wookie is when Ben Affleck says, bye to Bruce Willis, and at the end when whatever his name is sees his son that he's like never had any time with running up with like his little spaceship thing, and like those are the two moments for me. Oh, Time Bandits! I didn't see this when I referenced Time Bandits. It doesn't. I've
never seen the Time Bandits.
Don't bother.
Okay.
I don't know if I remember. I was thinking about the Bandits with Bruce Willis and Sling Blade, Billy Bob Thornton. Like Time Bandits, I don't know. There's not many time travel movies that work. 12 Monkeys did pretty good. They did a pretty good job. That worked out. Which is why Endgame used the multiverse, because you have the grandfather paradox, right? You know the grandfather paradox?
Yeah, if you go back in time and kill your grandfather, will you be able to actually go back in time and kill your grandfather? It's a time paradox.
Yeah. We already know you're not going to kill your grandfather because you wouldn't be alive to do it, right? Like, even if like your future self comes back and gives you this joke, right? This real good bit that you use, right? And you become super successful, right? Where did that joke come from? It
came from you all along.
No, like your future self brought it to you in the past and gave you the joke so you could use it. Where did he get the joke? Well, he got it from his past, which was your present. So when you get what I'm saying? All right. So the way around that that Marvel took was to do the multiverse, right? So, that's what however, what I don't understand about this and the three lizard kings is that
this is the stupidest thing I've ever heard. Why are we talking about lizard kings here?
Well, because they rule everything, and if you keep talking, they will melt you. Like, my God, like seriously. So you had all these.
You're talking about them like they're real.
Hey, look, I'm not one to say whether or not lizard people were like in all.
Anyways,
governments and where every president has been a reptilian. Anyway, so I don't believe that, for the record. Anyway, so you had all these timelines, right? These multiverse timelines, I guess, that were fighting over who was going to be the dominant timeline, and these three lizard people with none powers, like described or explained powers. They were like, okay, we're gonna sit down at this council of Spacea. It's like Council of Nicaea. Anyway, right, and we are going to determine the timeline for all. Like, is it the same timeline for every multiverse? Like I used earlier, Wookie's here. Yeah, 12 Monkeys is really great. Wookie's here in the chat, right? If in another multiverse, like in another universe, right? If he's not in the chat, is that deviating from the timeline? Or on this timeline, is he supposed to be in the chat in this universe and not the other one? Well, that doesn't make sense, because like each universe within a multiverse system, like they're not supposed to interfere with what the other one is doing. But so are they supposed to be doing the same thing, or they decided this for everything? These three lizard kings decided this for everyone, every being, every planet, every drop, everything was like. Do they also control like where trees grow? What if a tree ends up not growing? Like what if a tree next to that tree grew up too fast, right? And the shade is blocking the sun from that tree, and that tree dies.
What if Paul Bunyan cuts down the wrong tree?
Well, no, he'll get melted. But like, is the tree going to get melted because it went against the plan?
Probably.
In fact, actually, it would probably be the tree that died from no sunlight, because you should have known better, bro. Like, you should have uprooted yourself.
That's probably why we have all those forest fires.
Yeah, the time cops coming in to burn shit. Because again, another problem I have is, okay, Loki fucked shit up, right? So now he's on trial. If they melted him, that's not going to undo what he did. In fact, it's going to be even worse because from that point on, Loki and everything he was supposed to do that was predetermined by the Lizard Kings isn't going to happen because y'all fucking melted him. So using their own theory, that is going to cause like that split thing, right? And then we're going to be back in the multiverse wars because that was a thing that they talked about was the multiverse wars.
I don't even
does
see
a multiverse fight with another multiverse.
Here's the thing. My secret to somewhat enjoying it, I'm not going to take this seriously. This is not no.
Look, I wish I could just go into dum-dum mode and be able to like I'm just going to ignore everything. But like as soon as I see something that makes me like, wait, how does that work? I'm out. Like it's just gonna keep happening. I'm gonna keep like, wait, no, that doesn't match with the other. Wait, hold on, this doesn't. Like, you know what I mean?
Trust. I feel the exact same way. But I mean, I have to force myself to turn my brain off sometimes and just not question literally everything because I would be here all day complaining about it.
By the way, look at this. Can I watch this Loki thing without watching any other MCU stuff like I did with WandaVision? That's the best way to watch this because they are not going to bother with what has actually already happened. And if it happened and it gets away of what they want to do, they're done with it. Like they're just going to ignore it or break it.
Perhaps.
Watch movies ahead of time so they can interview.
What are you reading?
I'm going through. Sorry, I guess I can put it back on. I'm going through Twitter to see what other people are saying. Will it be that did not even register for me because
Mephisto. He's dead. Isn't that Jake Gyllenhaal? Isn't that done? Isn't that over?
Jake Gyllenhaal wasn't in the MCU.
Jake Gyllenhaal, yeah, he was.
No, he was. Oh my God, Justin, he was Mysterio.
Oh,
not Mysterio, that's Rey Mysterio.
I get all these people confused. There's too many characters, too many people I don't give a shit about.
You saw this, you're like, oh, come on, guys. Jake Gyllenhaal is already dead. His character is not going to come back because that's exactly what he looked like.
Was Mephisto? Who the fuck is he?
He's like the devil of the MCU, but again, he ain't shit compared to the lizard people.
I guess not.
No one is. By the way, maybe you can answer this to me, right? So we know that the time cops, the time enforcer, Minutemen people. By the way, I was shocked when they referred to them as Minutemen. What with?
Yeah, that's a reference to that stupid Disney Channel movie.
Or it could have been or to the American Revolution. It was a Minutemen. Anyway, I was shocked that they did that and not minute like people. Like it felt very you know what I mean? Like it's such a gendered term, Minutemen.
Oh, no one has caught on to it yet.
I guess they will.
We got to tweet this out and let the SJWs know about this.
Well, as soon as they can get past the feels, like, oh, Loki was so sad. He cried, guys. He cried. Oh, right. As soon as
cries a lot.
Well, again, it was a 45-minute standard like therapy session that he went through with Owen Wilson. Going, wow. Oh, using metaphors makes you.
I really wasn't a fan of this either. Like just his lips moving. I just like, ew. It's gross.
All right, so again, they show up like having to wear ballistic armor, right? Like the Kevlar helmet, body armor. By the way, apparently the TVA are very lax on their PT standards. Like I don't know if they do a PT test for to make sure everybody's in.
By the way, I'm a little ticked off that there wasn't a single thing that was answered. Like Loki had like a million questions. They didn't answer any of them. Hey, why don't you know what a fish is? What the fuck? What did they eat? Do these people who work here eat? Did they just work all the time and they never get to go home? They never get to start a family or do anything?
I
These
I,
poor people working there. I mean, they must be slaves or something.
I was with you, man. I'm like, yeah, Loki asked so many great questions about the Lizard Kings. How do they work? Who are they to decide? And you're like, how did he not know what a fish was? Like, that's what you went with it.
Yeah, that's what I went with. That's that.
Making questions.
Yeah,
The
that's the most
reason why
reasonable question that could be answered.
But they don't have an answer, Justin. That's why they don't answer it.
Yeah, they're just fucking around. They're making shit up as they go.
It's called lamp shading, right?
Lamp shading?
Yeah, is so basically like what he did. He asked the question because like it didn't make sense, and instead of addressing it, they kind of like make fun of it, like poke fun of it. But they're so they feel as though, well, we're addressing what the question is. So it's basically the same thing. It's a way to avoid actually having to provide
I prefer an actual answer.
Yeah,
You know, it's the equivalent of is the equivalent of like, oh my gosh, they're having a crisis or something, and one person asks a question, how does this gonna work? There isn't time. Let's just run or something like that. What do you mean there isn't time? We have to explain like shit. Come on.
Christopher Nolan did the same thing in Tenet, right?
I didn't watch that. I'm not bothering with that crap.
Well, the guy shows up and he's like, wait, how does this time thing with the bullets work? He goes, look. Then she goes, look, don't worry about it. It just does. It just does. Like, what the really? Because like I've been wondering like
what do you mean it just does?
It just does. Just accept it. It works.
How? It just does.
It does.
I wouldn't be going along that adventure
because the 3 Lizard Kings, they got a plan. Trust the plan, bro. Yeah, I'm gonna Q warning because of that.
You're gonna get a what?
A Q warning because it's a reference to the going on. They trust the plan.
No.
But that's literally what this is, though. The 3 Kings, they have like predetermined everything that's going to happen for everything in every possible way. You just whenever something deviates, like what? Like trust the plan. You got to just trust in it. They got a plan.
That's some bullshit.
Oh man, a whole bunch of like. Did you know who DB Cooper was before?
Yes.
Really?
I've known who DB Cooper was for
a long time.
Yeah, for a couple, well, like 15 years, I guess. Whenever I was taught it in school, just like the dude just disappeared. I'm like, hey, it makes sense.
I heard a podcast about it,
but that was in the trailer.
What I don't think that they let us know that it was DB
Cooper. Yeah,
yeah,
we knew about this.
I didn't know it was I didn't know they were like, oh, and it's DB Cooper in the trailer. Like I didn't know.
I'm pretty sure either Kevin had said something about it, or I don't know. I was just like, oh yeah, I remember hearing about that.
Here's what I'm talking about, right? I'm glad this Loki knows how much they loved each other. No, but he didn't experience any of this. You're just telling him. It doesn't mean anything. Yeah.
People are freaking out over this.
Actually, a great point, right? A handful of each stone, but only one soul stone. I wonder whose soul is in there. Oh, only one soul stone? I didn't know that. But no, but he even said though, they use them as paperweight. They got a whole bunch of them everywhere, which probably means they have multiple soul stones. So they like these people sacrifice someone they loved for this stone. And
I think that might be that's probably Natasha.
Well, no, because we know what that one is. It was returned, or so we think. But no, but listen though.
Oh well, I don't know.
No, but like they don't work there, anyways. Like the whole magic thing doesn't work there. So
Wookie, that's interesting.
Oh, what do you say? I haven't been able to look over there. DB Cooper.
I guess
I don't think that's the same one, bro.
Yeah, he just had initials. But also, would he be going by? Actually, now would be a good time if he was even still alive. I highly doubt it.
That's funny.
What if he was just lurking on the internet and just going by DB Cooper?
I think he's probably dead by now. I think he would be pretty old. But no, hold on. This brings up a thing. So these guys, they know every language on the timeline, which is a weird thing to say. What do you mean on the timeline? Are there languages off the timeline? You just know every fucking language, right? Two,
That takes how do you? No one has learned every single language.
trust the plan, bro. Two, you telling me they know every fucking language, every dialect, every slight moderation that has happened in language?
Yes.
But homeboy
Here's
doesn't
why.
know
Here's
it.
why.
No, hold on. But the homeboy doesn't know what a fish is.
They're slaves. That's why. Everyone who's in the TVA are slaves.
Why are they all human and American? Why do they choose that?
That's the only ones that we see.
Well, so we have to base it on what we see. Like we saw, that's it. Like
I mean, did you see how many little portals or whatever on this discount Coruscant or whatever?
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter because did the Lizard Kings make these people? Can they curate as well as determine the timeline? Did they make
slaves?
From where? Where do they?
I don't know. I don't know. They're probably all indoctrinated prisoners.
Wait, but because they would have to control the timeline from the beginning of the timeline, so they would already need this entire police force, this whole enforcement set up to make sure that the time, because they can't do them. I guess they can't be bothered with it.
I guess this could also be proof that we're all in a simulation.
Well, no, it proves that determinism is right and there's no liberal free will. But what I'm saying is, though, they would have to set up that at the beginning of the timeline to make sure that this shit doesn't happen again, so they don't have another multiverse war where multiverses war with each other as a thing. But anyway, they would have to have it all set up. Why do they choose the 1960s feel with, you know what I mean? Why do they choose these humanoid things? Why did they make them so fucking weak? If they had created them, why did they make them susceptible to fire? Because since they know everything that's going to happen, wouldn't they have wouldn't the three Lizard Kings know that at this point in Oklahoma, girl Loki is going to set them on fire? One of them be
that was girl Loki?
Yeah, it's all girl. Yeah. Don't you think
I didn't quite get that.
Yeah. One of them, you can tell by the hips. One of them, why wouldn't one of them just be excuse me, it says here that we're gonna have some guys burned. I think that we should have fire resistant or retardant material in their uniforms. Can we get that done? Yeah, sure. Put in the form. You know what I mean? Why wouldn't you be prepared? How can they be beaten if they know what is going to happen? How can you beat them? Oh man, these guys just got killed by girl Loki. Cool. Let's rewind an hour.
Unless it's meant to happen.
Oh, it's part of the. Then why are they trying to stop? No, this isn't supposed to happen because this is what's going to cause the multiverse war, because it's about to split off. Is if this girl Loki keeps fucking up. That's the whole reason for the TVA, is to stop this from happening, because it deviates from the plan. So it can't be a part of the plan because that's why they're there enforcing it. But
they're just very bad at their jobs.
Clearly. Or, you know who's bad at the job? Whoever the fuck wrote this. And by the way, it's the same person that was writing Doctor Strange Multiverse Madness or whatever.
Oh, that's just going to be great.
Kai gets enough promotion of his book. Not doing anymore. Something is suspicious about TVA and Pro, my man, I love you. There's so much suspicious about the lizard people. Are you kidding? What about the Watchers? Yeah, they don't mean shit, Poe. The Watchers don't mean shit because you got the Lizard Kings. Tacoma FD is a great show. I was happy to see. Yeah, he was they made him. So it's a beta.
What's Kai doing up at 5 a.m. anyways, his time?
I don't know. I bet he's naked.
What's wrong with that?
Nothing. It was just, I think,
naked and famous.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah, I get that. He was at his desk, right, his whole life. That's a shit fucking existence that you're stuck in. Do they eat?
That's what I was trying to say earlier. Is that they are slaves. They have no free will. They're workaholics.
So did
They
you let me
know-
know if you want to come up here? Because a lie is just another truth on another timeline. That is not always true. Just like if, well, I guess so.
The sky
Like, well,
isn't blue.
well,
Okay.
well, it's not though. Like, so the multiverse, like, is an infinite amount of possibilities, which means everything that is, everything is real in another universe. So it comes down to like, if again, I'm not an astrophysicist, I guess would be the appropriate person, but it's not me though. Anyway, so one hypothesis or whatever of the multiverse, it comes from like string theory. Don't
Like
ask me.
actual multiverse.
Right, like us, like not MCU. Put it aside, right? So basically, they're on what's called brains, BRANE, right? And at the end of it, like there is a universe, and then a universe, and a universe, and like right. But they're very close together, and
Yeah, like one difference could be like I decide to move a cup or I don't, and that's the one difference.
Which would be with infinite possibilities or whatever, like that. Yeah, an infinite multiverse, like universes, like that does happen in another one. And this is the same thing, like that. Superheroes aren't just like what we made up; they exist on another brain in another universe, right? So the multiverses are like bumping into each other, right? And some of those ideas, again, this is just some hypothesis I heard. Anyway, these some of those ideas are so large that they start to bleed over into the other one. Now,
and they contradict each other.
Well, no, not necessarily that, but what it does is like, so
they can
in our MC, in our universe,
in our MCU.
Yeah, I know. In ours, like the possibility of God, like being an act, like a known thing, and like I'm talking playing tennis with the Olsen twins on the weekend, like known, right? That idea is so beyond what we could comprehend, it becomes religion or like superheroes. But then again, like there's a lot of like crazy things about that though.
This is why you don't do time travel in your movies.
No, well, yeah, because the grandfather paradox is that thing. But the thing though is if it's infinite like multiverses, right, and everything will exist on one of these, which means God exists in one of those, which means God is in control of everything, which means that it can't exist. Oh my God. Like, yeah, so even real life like discussion about the multiverse bullshit like is frustratingly confusing, and this is why you should not try to incorporate this into a fucking hour goddamn show on Disney Plus, because you're not gonna nail it, guys. You're not gonna get it, and you didn't.
This is like a 6-hour movie though, or how many episodes is this damn thing?
I think they already actually have a second season that they're gonna do. I don't like the
what? You're kidding me. They have that much faith in it already?
I think so. I'm just woke up.
Let's see.
Wait, what the? This is what you care. The first one was the Avengers one, but now hashtag Loki is TVA prisoner outfit one. I wonder if it will change with Loki's future. That's what you came away with? All the shit that was in that fucking
Who said that?
Dude, I don't know.
No. Where was that again? I was tapped out.
Oh, the first one was the Avengers. I guess it's talking about the costumes. Like, oh, just waiting and waiting to see what he wears next.
Is this person's worried about their outfit? Can you send me that tweet?
I wish that man, I'm retweeting this. I wish I had the ability to shut off all sense of critical. Fuck that one up. Actually, I'm taking this off screen for y'all see how bad my spelling is if I don't spell check. All. Anyway, go ahead. Justin, talk.
Oh no. All I was gonna say is just like, really, like that's the first thing that you think of is, oh my gosh, I wonder what outfits he's gonna wear. Like, really, that's the one thing that you're thinking of right now is his costumes. Like that's it. It's kind of sad. It shows what kind of the MCU really does sometimes have the lowest common denominator audience. But they just don't give a shit.
Happening in this show.
I don't know, man. It's Oh shit! What happened?
Loki. What happened with what?
Oh, good. Oh, I hate it when Twitter does this to
And
me.
Focus.
I see Michael J. Fox trending on Twitter, and I have a goddamn heart attack
Why?
because I think he's dead.
No, like I get that, but like you're like, why would you be like, oh, not Jeff Fox?
Why?
Wait, did you say Michael J. Fox? I was thinking Jeff Foxworthy. My bad. I get
No, Michael J. Fox. Yeah,
I get that one. I thought Jeff Foxworthy for some reason. I guess because I was typing.
yeah. The J and Fox. Yeah. Okay, I get it. Jeff
Where-
Foxworthy. I wish he was still doing Are You Smarter Than a Fifth Grader? That was a fun show. Where adults were clearly dumb.
on costume change. What will he wear next? It better be Lizard King approved, or he'll
Are you still typing this one tweet?
get melted. Yeah, it's out. Boom.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
Let's see this.
what? There you go. See what? Oh, what I just did?
Yeah.
All right,
I'm
I wish
just gonna-
Multiverse Kip would come and do the school run because, man, yeah, but like that would deviate from the plan, so you would get melted.
I wish I had the capability to shut off the ability to critically think about what is happening in Loki and focus on a costume change. What will he wear next? It better be Lizard approved or he'll get melted.
It's true. Like, it. By the way, so whenever you're talking like determinism versus like low for will, right? One of the things that people always have a problem with is that they think that if all of our actions are determined by things that have already happened, can you be held accountable for your actions? Like you honestly, you don't really have a choice. It was already predetermined, right? Like,
yeah, and how are you supposed to know?
So
like, imagine if you're a regular person just walking around,
Yeah. Hey, sorry, boss. I took a shit on the hood of your car. I had to. I was gonna get melted if I didn't. You're gonna have to take that up with the Lizard Kings, not me. Like I would have never done it if I had free will. By the way, do you?
I would never have done it if I didn't have free will.
If you were unfortunate to know that everything was predetermined by Lizard Kings that will melt you if you fuck up their shit, like you would second question and even more like every decision you make from shit. What shoes do I wear today? If I put the wrong ones on, I'm gonna get melted. What do I fucking do? Like I don't want to get melted. And then you're like, fuck, am I supposed to be questioning what shoes I'm supposed to put on so I don't get melted? Is that going to get me melted? Fuck, is that questioning whether or not I'm going to get melted if I'm thinking about getting melted for wearing the wrong shoes? Is that, you know what I mean? It's an endless fucking loop of like, you're just going to sit there and they're going to come and like, you got to get melted, bruh. You were only supposed to question the questioning of questioning it 3 times. You did it 4. And you're also
time to
late
go into the incinerator.
Yeah, you're also late to work. So zap.
Oh, well, and also, what's the bullshit with that guy? Like that other prisoner who was there. All he was trying to do was like go through, and he had to get a ticket. Then they asked for his ticket, and then he just melted him
They
anyways.
melted him.
What did he do wrong? Like he probably, it's like that poor man probably has no idea where he is.
No.
Has no clue what to do. It's just like,
No.
why am I here? Like I get a ticket with like, what do you mean? There's only one of me. Then Loki comes in, and then he gets melted for what? For what? Because he didn't have a ticket at the beginning. He could just be like, oh, you're serious? Like, all right, I guess I'll go back and get it. I'll get the stupid ticket. Oh no, you can't do
melted.
that. You can't go back. No, you have to have it when you're here. Otherwise, you get melted. These guys are dicks.
Listen, they are again. They are more ruthless than a certain European regime.
Yeah,
a little bit ago. You know what I mean? Like, my God, like, there's
that.
like
That was nothing. Oh yeah, it's in all these tragedies that happen. That's okay. With the
I brought this up earlier. Where like somebody survived
the Titanic
it.
was supposed to hit the iceberg.
Yep.
Sorry to all the people who perished.
If Rose didn't let Leonardo drown instead of sharing that giant piece of wood that they had, like
they would have melted them.
She would have got melted.
Or at least they would have been warm for a little bit.
Right? I mean, maybe Leo would have got melted because it was his fault. He should have known not to get on there with her.
They tried.
I mean, that's the problem. They're breaking it at such a fundamental level, and they don't see it. They don't see what they're doing, and if they do, they just don't give a shit. Why? Because it doesn't.
They're space lizards. And how does it? And why do they care if there's a multiverse war? Like if they're in their protected little bubble universe there.
Oh, what, the lizard people? I mean, clearly they survived.
Well, where no magic happens, like no, the Tesseract doesn't work, the Infinity Stones don't work.
Here's what I question though. Like, what would a multiverse war look like? Because the way the cartoon made it, and that's all we have to go on, is that you would see these different like timelines for these multiverse, and they're like bumping into each other. Like they are fighting among themselves. The actual multiverse timelines are fighting each other. How does that work? What?
No, usually if you split it off, it goes its own way, and it doesn't like nothing happens after that.
It was a war, and they were fighting among each other. How do they fight? They have armies. They sent what happens? Is there a plane of existence where each one is represented by some manifestation of what they think it should be there? By the way, probably just be it would 100% would be a black female that represented most of the timelines.
Speaking of which, Owen Wilson just that awkward moment, just like look. How come I'm always looking up to you? It's probably like the right. What is he? What did you say?
I like it when you're on top, or it's good that you're above me, or whatever. Like,
but that's how it should be. You know, like really.
It's worse than that. I don't know the.
They had to just sneak that into. Like, come on, like give me a break.
Well, look, I don't know how the rank structure or what have you, the hierarchy works within
just
the
a judge, I guess.
No, right. Okay, so but real quick, right? So the judge is obviously going to be higher on the importance, right, on the hierarchy than this detective. And there's
no jury. There's no jury of your peers.
Why would there be? This is like there's no defense against it. You're getting fucking melted anyway. So there's no point of even having a judge because you did it. You can say you're not guilty. Yeah, but you did it. Melted. Yeah, what the fuck?
That's not it.
Like I didn't know if I didn't know if I didn't tie my shoelace right then and there and walk 2 feet, I was gonna break the timeline. Ignorance is not an excuse. Melted. What the?
You know what? I swear.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I didn't pour milk in my cereal like I was supposed to. I didn't have time. Melted. I'm sorry. I grabbed Pop-Tarts instead of making a full fucking breakfast. It's the most important meal of the day, bitch. Melted. Like
You-
again, though, like hold on, let me get to the point I was making. Like, so the judge is above the detective, and you would think that the detective would have a higher place in this hierarchy than the Minutemen, the time cops, right? But here comes Super Time Cop, who they have no PT standards, but comes in telling him like you're doing this shit and this shit is happening, like talking down to him. Hold the fuck on, like you may want to check that rank system there, sister. Like who are you talking to right now? You know, no, it doesn't matter. Why? Yes, queen, do your thing.
yeah,
So
like he's not busy. He's not in the middle of something.
And guess what happened? He fucking escaped because he comes in there.
Mhm.
And I love that he checked his two pockets on the jacket. You put on the inside pocket, dum dum. This is why girl Loki is fucking everything up, because you're all incompetent fucking idiots.
All of them.
I hate this show.
Well, maybe that's the point. Maybe that's what they're going for. Like, I
What?
swear, writers will write this shit and make it as big as possible just for the memes and the lulls,
Oh, you missed
and
it.
to get people complaining and talking. That's it.
You know what? I think
They don't care to answer questions. They just like making bullshit up and then having us talk about it. They already won.
So I think there is something behind that, because like if you look like did you hear about the comic that Khaleesi, whatever the fuck her name is, from Game of Thrones, Khaleesi from Mother of Dragons, Breaker of Chains, the Unburnt. Khaleesi. What's her name? Doesn't matter.
Anyways, I don't remember.
So Khaleesi, right?
Yes.
She is writing a new comic book. Well, someone's writing it for her, but she's she came up with
writing, quote unquote.
Yeah. In the comic book.
Oh, Amelia Clark.
Yep, that's it. Thank you, whoever said it. If anybody, nope.
Oh no, no one said it. I just remembered it.
No, that's good.
Didn't even have to look it up. I'm so proud of myself.
Here's the idea behind the comic, right? So a mom becomes a superpower person when she has her period. She becomes super strong. She gets angry. Hold on.
No.
The best, and there's other powers related to symptoms of PMSing or whatever, right? The best power, though, is that she can swing like Spider-Man using her armpit hair.
What? What does this have to do with this?
I'm getting there, right? This isn't a bit. This isn't a joke thing. Like they are really writing this comic book thinking that people are going to buy it. And she's like, yeah, I saw that only 14% of writers are female, blah, 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 but 50% of the readers are female. Like, first of all, I want to see the data. Like, show me the work bits. Like, what are you talking about? 50% are women. That doesn't feel right to me. And if it is, obviously what they've already been doing is working, because you know what I mean? Like, don't change the will just because you don't like, the people writing, or it doesn't suit you. Anyway. So yeah. So listen, I think there is something to the idea that Marvel knows Phase 4 is going to bomb, right? I think they know. And so with internals, right? They lost the Chinese market, right? So they want to double down on India, right? So by doing this, look, you already have built-in excuses. One, you have the vid. We're just coming out of the vid, guys. Still new out of the vid. Two, man, white supremacists everywhere. They just hated this movie. They didn't want to see it. The movie's great. It's great. It's just all these white, these white straight males. They're the problem. That's why the movie failed. You get what I'm saying? So if you lean into the identity politics, right, you can use that as a shield, like they always do. So yes, Justin, I think there are times that they know is going to have a reaction like what we're having, and they do it so that way they can be like, these straight white males out of control. This shit's great. Yeah. 100%.
Yeah. I'm not included in that group, but they'll just assume anyways.
Wait.
I was like, yeah. Oh no, I'm definitely white. I have no, not arguing that. And I'm definitely a dude as far as I'm concerned. So yeah.
Well, I mean, by the way, Loki's gender fluid. You knew this already, right?
Yeah, I don't care.
Being gender fluid though doesn't mean that
That's not the
you can
same as being the
entirely
shape shifter, I guess.
right. Like, how does that entirely change your biology to female in a different universe?
You're just shape shifting.
Right? Like
That is a little weird, but that's the least of
I-
my concerns.
I think what they're gonna do, and it's not gonna work. I think where they're gonna well, in this multiverse, Loki was born female. That's why it's a girl, Loki. Now that doesn't make any fucking sense. What are you talking about?
I mean, if this is a multiverse with infinite timelines, he could be a chick in one of the timelines.
Oh man. By the way, I don't know. This one may get me in trouble. I may take it down after this, but
Brightest day, doesn't matter. You're white. That's enough.
Yeah. I honestly think maybe I should just start telling people that I am a gender fluid, pansexual,
Gender fluid, pansexual, queer person.
yeah, like
That's how I went by for a while when I was a joke account.
yeah, like you can't fuck with me. Come on, check my.
Yeah, yeah. The whole
and I'm step black.
Let me see. Yeah, the whole proper Jeremy thing was like you know is a pansexual what was it, gender fluid pansexual queer person. Then how do I up the ante, become trans, boom, untouchable, but still white. There's nothing I can do with that.
Hey, look, I found another one for you. Where was it? I guess had it too. Damn it. And
Oh my God, Dr. Anonymous. This really seems to exclude women who don't have periods. Like women in menopause. Ageism much?
Yeah, well, even trans women can have periods.
Can they?
Well, so Wookie, look at this. I don't. You can read this. I can't. But like same energy.
What? I'm not reading Spanish.
No. Well, so I get it, right? So there was that earlier tweet, like, oh man, it's like me when I go through an airport security. I'm like, oh wait, did I accidentally have a gun on me? Like, no, you don't. No, there should be no reason why you're like, oh shit, am I carrying a gun? Is there a gun on me that I don't know of? You would know. That's not the same thing as him like, shit, I don't know if I am a robot. Like that is not the same energy in any language. Fuck.
Oh, sorry, I'm typing a tweet.
This was not. Yeah, this is actually a legit take, right? Maybe it will get better, but it was physically painful for me to watch that Loki episode. I have no idea who was there under Tom's traits, but that was not Loki, and least of all, 2012 Loki. Also, all that making him look ridiculous and weak was such a cheap laugh. I'm disgusted at. Well, yeah, they're gonna do that because he may be gender fluid, but he is straight white male passing, and that's the important part. That's the problem, right? But two, like, it's not going to get better. They're not going to make him more like the 2012 Loki because he's already completed that entire arc that it took all those movies to do. That's over. It's done. This is where he is now.
Who are the fucking writers?
It's the dude that's writing Doctor Strange. I wonder. Look up
Michael Waldron. Michael.
I know he did.
He wrote for Rick and Morty. Good for him, I guess. That's. Oh, he wrote. Oh, sorry. He just wrote one episode. Okay, then never mind. Just one. He was an assistant writer on Community. Oh, he worked with Dan Harmon, and then the guy who works at Rick and Morty. Yeah, we'll bring him in for his first fucking movie.
Well, I get
Doctor Strange is his first movie.
Yeah, I get why they brought. Well, this is his first like being the writer for anything. I get how he's here though, because Community. If he was an assistant writer in the Community, that means he's with the Russo brothers, right? So that's how he got it, because the Russos brought him in because it's fucking nepotism. Anyway, so I wanted to read this because maybe this is going to help, because I hope this helps explain things. This is from Deanna. Who gives a shit? Okay, so I have another theory but about the sacred timeline. This time to explain why Steve didn't get. Ooh, she has more theories. I'm gonna go look at hers. Why Steve didn't get apprehended by the TVA because it was part of the plan. Done. I've explained it. It's a big maybe, but what if the sacred timeline is made up of all alternate universes? And it is. We already know that. This isn't a theory. This is what is. And the TVA is basically the one that is keeping all of the universes from colliding to each other to avoid a. This is not a theory. This is what
it's a theory.
Show. Like so, basically, when Steve went back,
I predict Owen Wilson will make an appearance.
guys, what if Loki is Odin's son? Like,
yeah, what if he's Thor's brother? Wow.
What if the Hulk doesn't do the dab? He'll get melted. So basically, when Steve went back in time and stayed there, he created an alternate universe, but didn't interfere with the timeline. Therefore, there was no dumb. He did interfere with the timeline because he started hooking up with his girlfriend's aunt, who was his ex-girlfriend, flirty friend, like work girlfriend, work wife, right? Peggy Carter. Like, yeah. Like they were together in that timeline. That's why he went there, was to be with her. In the other timeline, she was married. Guess who's not getting married now? That guy, not to Peggy. So no, it does.
Sucks for him.
Timeline. This could potentially be
ruining that guy's life.
I was about to like that fucking. This could potentially be a dumb take, but I don't know. Yes, of course it makes sense because they fucking said it.
Oh, I want to see these tweets, dude.
It's not. They absolutely. Oh, I'm sorry. I thought I was showing it.
No, we weren't. We were just seeing you react to it.
Meaning whatever they let happen was supposed to happen, as directed by the time.
Can you retweet all of the stupid ones?
No, no. I'm not gonna. I would no. There's too many.
Why not? I want to see all of them and reply to each and every single one.
Nag Brown output. Oh man, I don't know what any of that means. What the fuck is this shit? What is this list? Rank. All right.
Zoom in.
Okay. I know how to do that. Zoom. Is there a zoom button I'm missing? I've never had to zoom before, and I don't have it. I'm on the monitor. I don't have a touch screen on this one.
You read it?
Hold on. I'm just gonna
I can
save
barely
it.
read it.
Bring it up.
Peter Parker's #1. Oh, they're ranking them.
Yeah.
Carol Danvers is #5. What the fuck?
Hang on.
Who's all the way at the bottom? Oh well. No, they're just ranking their favorite.
Yeah, I'm curious. But is that theirs? Like, because it makes
it's
it
theirs.
Like
no, it's theirs. That's just their opinion. No need to.
I don't know. It looked pretty official.
It's like it's laminated. If it's laminated, it's official.
All right, let's see here. All right, can you see it now?
Yeah, I see it just fine. I have to do it full screen, but I see it.
I'm doing it now. All right, so they got Peter Parker, Loki. Wow, that's high. By the way, it has no title to what this linking it. Like this may just be, I don't know. Well, we know it's a rank, but
we'll go and look at what they say.
Nah.
What do they say there? Nothing. They don't say anything. That's just their ranking. That's fine.
What like ranking of what? It says it doesn't. Whatever. I'm gonna go back to the
Nick
ranking.
Fury. Why is he all the way down at the bottom?
Vision. Suri, is this high up? Are you're fucking with me? Quicksilver is 9. By the way, I actually like the kick-ass Quicksilver. Not that he's kick-ass, but that he is the guy that played kick-ass. But like, I liked him. Not that much. Wow.
Taylor Johnson?
Yeah. I like that guy. Bucky Barnes, 13. Stephen Strange. Tony Stark comes in at a strong 15. Dude. War Machine is above Captain America and the Hulk.
I understand the Hulk, but not Steve.
Peggy Carter is above the Hulk.
Wait, you're just stuck at the tweet.
Oh, am I? Wait, is that all
Yeah.
you see? Is the tweet?
Yeah, just the tweet. We're not seeing the list.
Oh, you're sorry. Wait, that's a video. Yeah, I was sharing a window. There you go. All right.
You accidentally shared a tab.
I was trying to
Oh, there we go.
All right.
There we go.
Okay, yeah, so we're good now. All right. So Bruce Banner comes in at a strong
Mabaku?
22. That's the guy that was on that Spencer or whatever with Maki Mock on Netflix. He's the big guy. He's like, no, I'm not gonna show up to help you fight, right? And he's like, okay, I showed up, right? Just in time.
No clue who that is.
He's the one that fought T'Challa.
Was he in the movies?
Yes, he was in the Black Panther movie. He's the one.
Oh,
that
I didn't watch Black Panther.
He was the. Oh, okay. Well, fuck it. I'm not gonna explain anymore. Scott Lang.
That was easy.
Mantis.
Should have said that earlier.
Rocket 28. Really?
The talking raccoon.
Yeah, Groot. Like Drax is number 37. Drax. That's embarrassing.
That's so mean to Dave Bautista.
I hate. I don't hate. Like this person bothers me.
It's their opinion.
I don't
That's
like
their
it.
favorite.
I don't care. I don't like it.
That's a you problem.
It's a her problem.
How do you know if it's a she?
Deanna. Okay, you're right. My bad. Just check the bio. She, her. I'm right. Well, no, because that doesn't necessarily mean whatever. I'm not gonna try to fucking decode what the fuck she is. She is a she until otherwise.
It's probably a dude.
I was
Just
using the
saying.
correct pronouns. Her pronouns are she, her. So fuck it, I was right. What if the hashtag Loki emoji disappearing is because they're changing it and we're always finally and we're also finally get it? What? Oh, whatever. My God, what if it's doing it again? Is there a significant difference between an alternate timeline and an alternate universe? What? No, it's basically
I'm gonna go follow this person.
Oh, man. This time has come. No, the time has come. This series premiere almost had a heart attack because of this. Wow. What if the Loki started? Wait, another thread. Here we go. What if that Loki started? Wait, is there more? Okay. I have another theory about dangerous variant Loki. The chick Loki. What if that Loki started of just like new variant Loki? Oh, it started off just like new variant Loki, but saw the TVA's power and felt that their system was unfair. So Loki is trying to destroy what the TVA built. They would have melted the other variant Loki. They are all powerful. There's no way to escape. Loki couldn't escape. So if Loki got there to see the TVA power, just like this Loki, it wouldn't have got away. Melted.
It's also an excuse to not pay Tom Hiddleston.
Yeah, but also that couldn't have been. They couldn't have started out like this Loki because this is the Loki from that fucking multiverse that fucked it up. Now the other ones are fine. Apparently, I don't know. I feel like I can express this better, but yeah, hopefully someone gets it in the first promo for Loki when he said, "I'm gonna burn this place to the ground." Definitely the first variant. You're fucking in. The only way for Multiverse of Madness to go without the TVA is if the TVA doesn't exist anymore. Because there's no way they'll sit back and just watch Wanda create a Nexus event without them stepping in, unless it's a part of the plan. That's the problem with this fucking show. You say that they would step in only if it's part of the show. Oh, hey. Oh, man, I gave Wookiee power to approve shit?
What? Yeah.
Yeah, I need to reevaluate that. I forgot this.
Yeah, Wookiee's been a wrench for a while.
Yeah, yeah. Ever since that day that I modded basically everyone that was here. I was.
Why did you do that?
Well, because eventually I thought that I would, we would eventually reach a size to where we would need that mini mod. So fuck it, we'll just grab everybody now.
And now you have a huge sea of blue.
Yep.
Nothing wrong with that.
You know what? I gotta be all right. Well, we'll step away from this for a second. Fuck it. Yeah, dude. Like, I like what we do on my channel a lot, right? I like that we other than this, and this rarely happens where I talk about anything relevant, right?
Mhm.
Like I never get to hashtag anything because nobody's looking for after school specials or the weird movies that we watch. You know what I mean? So like I don't get that traffic from like having a hashtag Marvel, hashtag Loki. You know what I mean? And so yeah, so like, man, it's a difficult hill that we're trying to climb here. But I think it's gonna be worth it though, because like I think that our content is it's not good, but clearly that's kind of how we like it. We like
It's
it.
okay. Nothing wrong with it. It's silly, it's cheesy, it's goofy, it's fun.
Yeah. No,
You know, it's exactly what it's supposed to be.
right. Like, but we do a lot of that, like a little peek behind the curtain, but like we set it up to be a shit show, like to seem chaotic, like that's like
Oh,
kind of the
yeah, and you bring that onto my fucking show sometimes.
never done that. Anyway, culture maybe, not me. But yeah, so like I think
I swear
that
sometimes I don't even have control of the panel. It's ridiculous. Oh, sorry, go ahead.
like I've been tempted. I've talked to the guys about it too, like just going ahead and like breaking down and doing a normal panel show. Like we came close with the best last opinion, but we talked about old shit. Like, you know what I mean? Like we talked about like the Force or the Last Jedi, like before, as if it hadn't came out yet. It's a very hard
You
in.
talked about it as if it didn't come out
Yeah,
yet.
that was the whole premise of the show. Of the
I
best
didn't. That's why I didn't understand it.
Yeah, so that was the whole premise, right? So it's apparently it's difficult for some people to come in. I don't want to say dry because that sounds bad. Come in dry.
Coming
Like,
in.
Cold, coming in cold, like having no idea like why we're talking about something from so many years ago, but like as if we've never seen. You know what I mean? Like
Coming in
yeah,
clueless.
I think most people should be like, okay, this is a bit. I hope it's funny, and it was, but like it's too hard of a sell for us to grow. You know what I mean? It's not something that will encourage, like it won't help growth doing a show that you kind of need to have a feel for what we do to begin with, right? It can't be your it can't be your entry into what we do. So, but yeah, we talked about like breaking down and doing like, you know, an actual 115th panel discussion stream like everyone else does on the same topics, just so like we could, you know, make some progress. But fuck that shit. Just keep doing what we do. By the way, today I won't be here for Street Smots at 3 p.m. Central because I will be watching Casino on his vacation from a bush.
What?
Yeah, Culture and I both won't be here today for the show at 3 p.m. Central. So what's going to happen? Do you not know this? Well, you don't follow my.
Not all the time. I'm sorry. I just got back from vacation. I was having a nice time. I was not concerning myself with YouTube or Twitter.
Can you hear that?
Oh yeah, Friday the 13th.
Sean bienvenidos a los combates mortales de Rob. Jason Boris.
That's right. He's coming back.
I've had some great kills. I think my favorite kill would be
Yeah.
on the space station, right? So I come like
You froze there. Maybe I froze.
sleeping bag, and I beat the other one down with the chick in the sleeping bag. Double murder. It was awesome. Like people say, like, oh, I'll rip your arm off and beat it with you. Well, you know what I did? I beat another chick with a chick.
That's pretty
What?
good.
What?
You can call me Jason Voorhees, can't catch me, no judge, no jury. You can talk on the net, on site, you're wet, but inside tell you story. Purge my victim, I do no mess. I don't know it, just inform me.
That's right. Finally, the return of Jason Voorhees. 3 p.m. Central. Barber will be doing his interview. So that should be fun. By the way, I do appreciate it. And you're right, Wookie. It not only sounds like it, but it would feel like it too. That's why we're not going to do it. Other than these, but these are just like me ranting for whatever reason. And we're just wanting to do a thing anyways. But yeah, no, I'm excited to see.
That's tomorrow?
No, that's today at 3 p.m.
Oh, instead of Street Smots?
Street Smots, yeah, because
so you are streaming.
No, I'm not. I'm going to be watching Culture while he's on vacation from a bush. Like I'm going to be hanging out, trying to see if he's going to go hang out with Jay and if Gina's going to be there. So I'm going to be over there.
Why don't you just go there yourself?
I have a script that I'm trying to get into her hands. Huh?
Oh, were you just not invited?
No, not at all. No, I don't know if he knows that I'm going to be following him.
Okay.
Yeah, that's why I'm going to be.
We'll play into this. All right.
But yeah, so that's why I won't be here for Street Smots, and Culture won't be here either. So it's just going to be Barber. Kip will still be producing, and then Jason Voorhees will be with Barber via.
My favorite appearance of his was on the Arsenio Hall show.
I never saw that one. I don't think that happened.
Well, that did.
No, if I remember correctly, and I'm positive I do, he did our show. He did an interview. He did Battle Royale with Kai. I think he did Name That Tune. He had a quick appearance on.
Oh, when's his birthday again?
Stream. It's on the 13th, Friday the 13th.
No, when's the next Friday the 13th?
Yeah, dude. Like we've had a producer for a little bit, man. We have got Kip. He's fucking awesome, dude. He's made so much like content for us, and like it's amazing. I know it's a small channel, but our chat usually on Street Smots is pretty fucking hectic, man. Like we get a shit ton of comments, even if like we have a smaller audience, but a shit ton of comments, and it's so nice to have Kip being the one that's highlighting shit, because I would go back, I would rewatch the episode, and I would oh fuck, dude, I missed a line from Barber or from Culture that we could have built into a pretty good fucking joke or a bit, but I missed it because I'm scrolling through the chat and trying to highlight people as we go. So yeah, it makes such a huge difference to have him backstage being able to do things like that. It makes a big difference and to help with editing and stuff like that. So yeah, man, he's awesome. Glad we have him on board. Not sure how it happened. He just sent us a funny fucking meme, and then sent 1 or 2 other things, and then we thought he was trying to take over the show, so we're like, well, we better bring him on before he does Kip Smots.
Kip Smots?
Yeah, Kip Smots. He actually did a video for that, and it's like him, and he's introducing Gary and as part of Kip Smots and shit. It's pretty funny.
Who are they?
Huh?
Who's Gary?
Who's Nerdrotic and Az from Hill versus Babyface? Don't worry about it.
Not familiar.
Don't steal my bit. You steal my fucking my culture shit.
What do you mean that's your bit?
Justin, don't act like you've never heard someone bring up somebody. I'm like, I don't know who that is. Never heard.
I do that all the time. I've been doing this before even you were around. People do it. It's funny. It's not just your thing.
Marty is my thing. Marty again made me realize why Stadler and Warnoff kept buying
Stadler.
Tickets. Yeah, okay, that's what I said. Buying tickets to the Muppet Show.
Yeah, why do they keep buying tickets? I guess they have season tickets.
Because they love the Muppets. They hate on it because they love it. They hate us because they ain't us.
They hate us because they ain't us?
Yeah, they ain't us. You actually have, yeah, I already answered that. Thanks, man. It's weird, you're being nice to me this morning. Usually you go because
no, you shut up, Paulie.
Oh wait, give me a nice. Sorry, fucking. Kip can send me a picture like school showing that his school run is done and he's not melted, so everything's good over there.
Do we have to keep texting each other like still not melted?
Yeah, like I don't know. Like I think we need to have some type of system where we can update everybody. But then again, if we make that system, would that get us melted?
I got a tweet about that actually. I forgot to tie my shoes. That wasn't. Oh my god! I'm just gonna make fun of this stupid.
I'm sorry.
Melting thing.
I'm sorry. Are you really stealing the shoelace thing? What the fuck? Somebody back me up in the chat. Like, did we not just go over like him stealing? He steals like videos that I've done. I can't say anything because like I'm using other people's shit for it, and then. He's like,
I have only done it twice, and I only use it when you're on.
Steals my bit about like I don't know who that is, never heard of him. And then he's like, "Oh, I'm gonna tweet out. Oh man, I forgot to tie my shoelace melted."
No, we should both do it and just start. I'm serious. Just tweet a bunch of like get like 3 tweets together. Just do it. It's funny. I want other people to come up with dumb shit.
There is. I think I saw on Mahler's channel or Twitter or whatever. He had a few going.
Oh well, let's keep it up. It's fun.
Okay. By the way, guys, in 60 minutes, it'll be 60 minutes from the live premiere for 6 minutes on the 6 Minute Daily for Culture Casino. Culture Casino 6 Minute Daily. That's not actually daily because it's only Monday through Friday. Oh yeah, I'm on Scott's stream tonight too. It's a busy day for me.
Scott, Sporking.
Yeah.
You're on the dump.
Heard of him? Yeah, I'm on the dump. I suckered him into it and pressured him when he was on Street Smots Saturday. I was like, "Hey, fucker, when you gonna bring me back?" And then like I made him do it.
Are you not like a part of the dump or anything?
No, I'm not a part of the dump. Are you?
Like, okay. Yeah.
Well, then wouldn't you know if I was a part of it?
I just have to double check.
Why? Before you say something?
Any further? Yeah. Okay. You're not a part of it. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, dude. Like, I don't know. I don't think everybody like really. I think some people it takes a little longer for them to come around. Like Wookie, I finally won over Wookie. By the way, like my favorite part of any stream is when he breaks. Like when I say something, like that's the best part. Yeah. I recorded another 7 minute daily, which was me watching Culture 6 minute daily and commenting on it. But I never released it. So mine's like really not daily. I've only done it once. But I thought the way it was supposed to go was so Culture does his 6 minute videos and I wanted to fuck with him. So I did a 7 minute daily video where I just watched his and I basically just like commented on his tan the whole time. Then Kip was doing a 5 minute video daily video of my 7 minute daily video watching Culture 6 minutes. So Kip was watching me watching Culture, right? Barbara was supposed to come in with a 3 minute watching Kip watching me. It was supposed to be this real meta fucking weird thing. But I haven't done another 7 minute. I need to get back to that. Anyway. All right, man. I think I'm about to call it.
Yeah, same. Yeah. This has been fun, though.
Yeah, appreciate you coming in and Appreciate that. You brought a new perspective.
Did I?
To kind of, I guess.
Kind of.
You did like bring up the whole just turning off your, just like hitting the dum switch so you can enjoy it, which is just beyond my capability.
Well, yeah, I'm very well versed in it. I've had to watch a lot of dumb shit.
Well, like Oh man, I forgot who it was. I want to say it was Descartes. Was like, sometimes you gotta. It's better to hang out with like dum dums than it is to hang out with smart people because they're assholes. I'm paraphrasing, of course.
Fuck you.
See you, Kip. What? No, I wasn't talking about you specifically. No, I was like what you were saying. You were like, no, you got to turn it off. Yeah, you got to turn it off and go hang out with like the uggo poor people. The grossos.
There are some people that I just can't have a conversation with because they are so dumb, and it's through no fault of their own.
Name 3.
I'm not gonna name coworkers.
Just 3. No, not coworkers. People we know.
Oh,
come on! It's not as fun if we don't know them. Name
No.
them. Give me 2.
No, there aren't too many people I know that are that dumb.
Why not?
No, I'm serious. I can't really name too many people because I haven't really met them.
So that kind of undermines what you just said about how like you can't talk to some people, because they're dumb. But
oh well, if it's on YouTube, it might just be because I just don't like them or just like
who don't
nothing.
You like? Name 3 of them.
Why would you go first?
I didn't say that I don't like anybody on.
Oh, you go first. You name one, I'll name one.
All right, I'll do that. Let's see. Who don't I like? Not a fan of that Brie Larson chick. I don't like her content whatsoever. Your turn.
I don't like Brie Larson either.
No, you can't name the same one. That's part of the rules.
No, you didn't make that rule.
You want to get melted?
Nah. There's this other channel called MBE Entertainment. I don't really like them because they stole your name.
Awesome channels, proper. Yeah. Good call.
I'm not a fan of Lunga, to be honest.
Who?
Lunga.
I don't know who that is.
Never mind.
I'm not a fan of that Mike Zero guy. I hear his name.
I love Mike Zero. Mike Zero is
really
great.
I've never seen anything of his.
Oh, then how do you not like him if you don't even know who he is?
Well, no, because everybody said like he's the worst, so I was just gonna go with what everybody said. It makes it easier if you just go with what people are saying, and rather than like actually looking into it yourself, it saves so much more time.
Nah, no, you should watch a video yourself and educate yourself.
Nah. Oh, there was another dude that I forgot his name. Like here, let me go to my timeline real quick because like I tweeted about it. Like apparently I'm the only person that's like never heard of this guy. Like he's really big. I was gonna get some heat.
Who also don't I like? I don't like Jeffree Star and James Charles. Everybody always talks about them. And they're always trending on Twitter. And all they do is like gay makeup videos. Like they're gay and they do makeup and stuff.
Wow.
Like they do their own thing. I'm just like, why do you get yourself involved in the drama all the time? I'm like, come on, dudes, just be gentlemen, do your makeup and go home and have fun.
I mean, do you think like, they should have their own like YouTube? Like
they already do.
Like a gay tube? Like, so that way they don't have to be on the same platform as you? Because like that sounds like what the problem is. Like, you don't.
No,
like
they're. What are you talking about?
Well, that's what you said. You're like, I really hate the gays in their makeup.
That's not what I said at all. I don't like them because they're trending all the time on Twitter. Just do your makeup and whateve. I've
never watched any of their shit.
I don't like Jake Paul. Logan Paul, I'm okay with.
I never watched any of their stuff.
What did you think of the Mayweather fight?
So I actually have a probably a different opinion from everybody. Everybody was showing the little clip where like it looked like which one fought, Jake or Logan or
Logan?
Paul? Logan. Okay, I always get their names mixed up. So yeah, so it looked like Logan got rocked by looked like a short hook, and it when he was like clinching, he was almost falling, and it looked like Floyd Mayweather was picking him up, and people were saying that it's probably because they had an agreement before the fight, that they weren't going to knock each other out or whatever, so both people can win because there were no judges to do a decision, right? And people were like, man, I was like, actually, that makes me like Mayweather more. I've always been a big fan of Mayweather, he is technically like one of the greatest boxers of all time, you know, like defensive wise. I think the reason why he's probably not going to rank as high as he could, if we're talking all time pound for pound, is because of the era that he fought in. He didn't have a lot of those big, like when Ali fought, you know, he was fighting Fraser and Foreman, like, oh my God, like there was one after another of these legendary boxers. And like that with boxing is the competition that you're fighting plays a big role in how you're going to be perceived in the future, right? Anyway,
Yeah.
the thing I've always appreciated about Mayweather is his willingness to be the bad guy. Again, it's probably just like an exaggerated version of who he really is. You know what I mean? But it's so important for him to have done that, because there came a time where once his uncle started doing his training, and they went for the real defensive, like with the Philly shell and the shoulder rolls and all that, and would just, you know, punch for the score and not the knockout. What drove people to buy the pay-per-views, because they wanted to see this motherfucker get knocked out, right? Because he was the bad guy. So having that bad guy in a fight and in promotions makes it so much easier for both fighters to profit and to gain from that. And so when I saw him holding up Logan, my first thought was like, how does this not show everybody that he's not that bad of a guy? You know what I mean? Because it was selfless. He wasn't thinking like he had him rocked. He could have let him fall. He could have hit him again. You know what I mean? Even if he gets back up, he still has that at the end of the fight. Like, man, yeah, but Mayweather knocked him down. Like, that dude's fucking huge, man. And he still knocked him down. But rather than doing what was best for him, he did what was best for both of them and for the fight. And he held him up because that's what they agreed to. And that's what, you know what I mean? And so that just showed me like that should show more people that for him, it's the winning and all that is not necessarily like the main focus. It is the product that he is putting out there or whatever. Like, you know what I mean? It's always about the fight and not him. And that's why he was, because it's really hard to always be the bad guy, always be the guy that everyone's like, fuck that guy, fuck him. You know what I mean? And
Like
knowing
Pacquiao, yeah.
What do you mean Pacquiao? Pacquiao's not a bad guy.
No. Like when he fought Pacquiao.
Yeah, and everything. He's always a bad guy because that's what boxing needs. Is with how fractured it is between all the weight classes. Like, it's what is going. The thing that brings people to watch boxing are names and storylines and narratives, right? So if you don't have a bad guy, if you have two guys that are like, "Hey, man, yeah, hope you have a good fight," yeah, like, oh, you know, just
that's not exciting.
No, it's not. And with there being the IBO, the WBO, and like all these different breakups of each division, like everybody has you know what I mean? It's just too much. But if you get names and you get somebody that's like that can be that bad guy, to be that heel, then that is the way that you're gonna actually bring eyes to watch the match. So, but for him to like do that over and over and over again, like. That takes a lot, man. You know what I mean? Even if it was just a elaboration, like exaggeration of who he really is, like he's not all bad. And I think you saw that with what happened between him and Logan. So the fight was shit.
I didn't see everything. I didn't pay for it.
The fight was shit, man. Like they weren't there to box. They were there to do their promotion. And like Mayweather said, you know, he said, my kids can't eat legend. Like, it can't eat my legend. You know what I mean? There's money.
Right.
And there's nothing wrong with that. So I had no problem with him fighting. I don't give two shits about Loki. He's very limited in his skill set as a boxer. Like, I watched that last fight he was in. I was like, my God. But yeah. So he's
everybody wanted to see his ass get kicked, and
Who?
They didn't get it. Everyone who was watching the fight
wanted who to get
Logan Paul. They wanted.
But see, that's a weird. Yeah, that's a weird thing. It's like one of those weird, like kind of like with the McGregor fight as well. People wanted to see McGregor get his ass whooped too. Like but
that felt like more of a real fight, not
because it was. That was a real fight.
This was not a real fight. It was an exposition.
This was an exposition. Like, even in that, like
exposition.
Yeah, it was exposition. You know, it was just filler, and
that's probably why he agreed to it.
That's the only reason he agreed to it, was because of the money. Again, his kids can't eat legend.
Yeah.
And so yeah, so
But
like
now
they
they're going to
weren't
be
in there to
eating
hurt each other.
gold flakes on their cheeseburgers.
First, dude, they had
goodness
plenty
sake.
of money.
Yeah, they have FU money, as Dave Chappelle would say.
I guess I could have just said this. I could have summed up all that bullshit I just said. It was like, fuck Logan. Hey, Sweet Pea. Fuck Logan and Paul. Floyd is great. Floyd, man, like if you ever get a chance to go watch some of his old fights, like it crazy. And it's very deceptive too. Like when he fought Oscar De La Hoya, like the crowd would just blow up every time because when Oscar just goes in like just swinging. But the thing is though, he's not touching him, and anything that he does touch is just glancing, right? Because he's just so smooth with this defense. The only one, so there's Vasily Lomachenko, who's like my favorite of all time, current, anyways. Is another great defensive boxer. Like it's crazy what he can do, but he's also very offensive minded as well. His defense, because he's going to counter into his offense. But unfortunately, he got caught, man. Like he fought with a bad shoulder after going up weight class after weight class because nobody wanted to fight him because he's, fucking the guy, the man. Oh, the guy I was talking about way back when was Moist Critical. Have you ever heard of this guy?
Moist Critical?
Yeah. So he's like pretty big on YouTube and shit. I was like, who the fuck is this guy? Like, I turned off his video in like 15 seconds. Like that's not my thing. I'm not a fan of his. This isn't Logan Paul didn't have an epic montage of him training this city. No one cares about Logan. Yeah. Real quick. This last thing I'm saying, we'll get out of here. If a great movie I'm going to recommend, not great, an entertaining movie is Benny Loves You. I would try to explain what it is. It is goofy and crazy and very enjoyable. In fact, is basically about this like murderous teddy bear that comes to life or whatever. It's like kind of like Monkey Shine, when the monkey would like take revenge for him, right? Because he couldn't move because he's all having to blow in a straw or whatever. Anyway, so it's kind of like that with Benny, like trying to off people, but it's silly, it's funny, it's dark, like it's brutal, like a lot of good kills in it. But Benny is so fucking adorable. At the end, my girlfriend was in tears over this fucking thing, and
What's
murdered.
it called?
Benny Loves You, Benny, Benny, and like murdered a lot of people and animals. Like, but had my girlfriend in tears. And
What the hell is this? Is this a Muppets?
No,
thing?
it's great, dude. So, but anyway, so after watching that for the past like 4 or 5 days, we've each been taking like teddy bears or whatever and like moving them to a spot. Like I came to sit down and she had it on top of my camera, like because like in the movie it comes alive, right? And like you see, like, wait a minute, I didn't put it over there. So like we've been doing this for like 4 fucking days. Everywhere I go, there's another fucking teddy bear and shit. But it was fun, dude. Really enjoyed it. It was a pretty good movie.
Huh.
It's
I might
it's
check
an
it out there.
independent
Where is
film.
it available?
Oh, I rented it.
Oh,
Yeah, he's an independent like filmmaker, man. He's like this is like his first movie and shit. Like, and it's
And
British,
it's
by the
good?
way. Yeah, it was really enjoyable. Like, they kind of
good
lean
for him.
into not having the money for CGI because like when Benny's running, like you can just see his feet are not even trying to touch the floor. But they just like they don't give a shit.
it's
They
the
show
silly
the whole time.
campiness that's good. You know
Yeah,
what?
it's so great.
Here's the thing that bothers me so much.
White people.
Here's
Gay people.
No. I'm being serious here. So that director, that independent filmmaker, is doing whatever he can with the limited budget that he has and limited resources, and still comes out with a good product. Do we kind of take it a little bit easy on him because of that? Maybe so. But even with that, there are literally no excuses if Marvel pulls off that shit or anything that's run by Disney.
No.
I find it to be unacceptable. You have
It is.
all the money in the world, all the unlimited resources, and you can recruit the best talent in the goddamn world, and you still fuck up and do these silly things and you mistreat franchises. Like, that's unacceptable.
You bought the biggest like IP like known. You bought Star Wars, right? And you should have, if you would have cared even a little bit about what you were doing, you would have made money hand over fist, like through all the merchandise. All you had to do was go into the sequel trilogy with a fucking plan.
Would have been gold. We would have said like, this is
You
the most
could not even
amazing.
go in with
These
a
are the most
plan.
amazing films, almost better than the original. But no, you didn't, and you rushed it. You rushed it.
All they had to do would be comparable to the prequels, like reach that level. By the way, but the love, even mine, for the prequels has just grown in comparison. Like, you
Over time.
yeah, to the sequel trilogy. No, to the sequel trilogy, because it's so shit. It makes you appreciate.
Well, here's the thing.
What George was doing with the prequels.
Well, at least we were spoiled with all these amazing choreographed lightsaber fights that were like so awesome. There were like 3 going on at once in the 3rd movie. It was fantastic.
Dude,
you had
the Last Jedi one was so shit. By the way,
that wasn't a lightsaber fight.
But well, they were fighting guys with lightsabers in the Red Room or whatever. But listen,
that was kind of cool.
No, it was not. It was one of the worst choreographed things you're ever.
Oh, that looked
see.
Yeah, but in the moment I was like, oh, this is kind of cool.
Yeah, like Wizard of Oz. I've seen it. Listen,
Wizard of Oz.
Yeah, it's like they went and when they go to meet the man behind the curtain.
3rd movie.
No, listen though. Yeah. Oh well, they didn't have a plan. Do you know who they brought on for the JJ brought on the guys from the Raid. They were actually the guys that like they do all the fight choreography for the Raid and the Raid 2. Fuck me, Justin. I'll send you a clip. Listen, it's some of the best fight choreography like you'll ever see. I'll send you one fight, right? Anyway, they had these guys there, and they were in Force Awakens. Remember when Han Solo was like, "Wait, I owe you money. Wait, I owe you money too." They were the
cameo.
Oh, man. Yeah, they were there. They were the not. They're not. Where the Philippines? No, they're not. Man,
I know. I get what I think.
Anyway, yeah. So they actually did. They did a choreograph for a lightsaber fight. JJ was like, "Oh yeah, no, there's no way that we can do that fight. It was too brutal." But I'm going to show you a clip.
Wait. Are you serious? They're going to do a fight and it was too brutal?
Yeah, because like they went all in with lightsabers and shit.
They should have.
Yeah, they should have. Yeah,
that was pathetic. What happened? Again, great talent, but you misuse them. It's like, no, that's too good. We have to lower our expectations.
I think I'm going to send you. By the way, these don't feel bad, dude. I've been telling Polly to watch this fucking movie for a year now. Actually, I'm going to send you the kitchen fight. Yeah, I'll send that one from Raid 2 because it is awesome. So check that out, and then let me know. Like DM me and tell me. Actually, here, can I put it here? I'll put it in the chat for everybody. So this is a fight from the Raid 2. Watch this. These are the guys that were there on Force Awakens, and they did they did a little taste of what they could do with the fight choreography with lightsabers.
Oh, I got to go into the regular chat.
Yeah. Here, I can give it to the one in the private too. But all right, man, that's gonna do it for us, dude. I'm done.
Yeah, this was fun though.
I have to go find Culture to spy on him while Barber interviews Jason for the second time today, 3 p.m. Central. Be there. And then I got the dump tonight. So, hey, really appreciate everybody being here. Wookie, if you're still around, man, really appreciate you being here like the whole goddamn time. Like I really appreciate that. Brightest Day, Dr. Anonymous Colleague, LDG for swinging by. And
thank you for inviting me.
Yeah, Polly. Of course, man. You know,
I don't know why you did, but
Kai. What? Because I didn't know anybody else that would maybe awake.
I was the only one available. Okay.
Basically, yeah. Sweepy. Oh wait, there was a Kevin or a Nick. Jane makes games play. If I miss anybody, sorry. Enjoy the outro. You got anything that you need to say, Justin? Anything you want to?
I don't hate the gays. That's all.
Okay, cool. We're gonna end it there.
Oh, by the way, note.
Listen now, Mr. Kansas.
What?
I was just gonna say, we're not gonna have a show tomorrow. Next week, for This Week in Bullshit.
Oh, that reminds me. Tomorrow we're gonna do a new show on our channel called Last Week in Bullshit. It's gonna be a lot of fun.
Wait,
Listen now, Mr. Kansas, law dog. Law don't go
okay, I
around
don't
here.
doubt you're actually gonna do that.
I wouldn't do that.
You can if you want as a replacement.
Are you gonna be there for it?
Probably not.
Nasty law
That would be too weird.
Law don't go around here.
Can't stand the yodeling dude.
I want you to know it's over.
Come on, it's one of the greatest Texas artists of all time. Have you seen Tombstone yet?
No.
Bah.
I'm 10 minutes into Bone Tomahawk, though.
Oh, how you liking it? Wait, wasn't there supposed to be a thing that pops up at the end of this? Oh, fuck, that's the other video. All right, we're in.